them in my fantasy.
Oh, man, I have him in one of my fantasies, too. Dude had 48 points in my league.
He
A
dominated.
career, 160 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yes, sir.
That's why you drafted him in that top 3 or whatever it was. But anyway, the Falcons had hung around. In fact, they led at the half 14-13. The Bucs scored 2 second-half touchdowns at home against a reeling Falcons team who last time out lost to the Jets, I believe. Mm-hmm. Was he? No, maybe they've had one since then. Yeah, no, the Seattle crushed them last time out.
Okay.
But the week before that, they lost to these middling Jets we're about to face. Point being, Atlanta's not a good football team. They're playing out the string. Their season is done. They're among that dirty 9 that are already eliminated going into the weekend. The Bucs have a 2-touchdown lead in the fourth quarter. And Atlanta, it's not that Atlanta came back and won the game with, a touchdown and 2-point conversion. Nuh-uh. No. They scored 3 times. They scored a touchdown, went for 2, didn't get it, so they stayed down 28-20. Baker Mayfield threw a terrible well, you know what it reminded me of a lot? It reminded me of that interception that it was J.C. Horn had here against Trevor.
Okay.
Where he went way up high. He kind of deked him a little bit, and he went way up high, and he snagged one.
So it was a good play by the DB.
It was, but it was a bad throw. It was, you're protecting a lead, and you're up 8. And so anyway, Falcons snag an interception. They march down. They score again. Now there's like 3.5 minutes to go, but because they had gone for 2, they go for 2 again. Again, they missed the 2-point conversion. So the Bucs are still okay. It's 28-26. Falcons kick it out of bounds. The Bucs get at the 40-yard line. Just run the clock here. Falcons only got a couple timeouts. Bottom line, turn it over on downs, punt it away. Falcons had 19 penalties last night, bro.
Sheesh.
19.
19 of them things?
19 penalties. Amazingly, it was only like 125 yards. So
wow.
It averaged out to about 5-yarders for the most part. But, 19 penalties for Atlanta last night. They had a penalty on that final drive. They were 3rd and 28. They converted, including 4th and 13. 4th and 14. Mm-hmm. Ended up driving down, and, boy, a team that has died by the kicker. Lived by him last night. Zane Gonzalez poked it through, and here are the Bucs in good shape, sitting at 7-5 with back-to-back home games against the Saints and the Falcons, and they lose not one, but both of them. And I just say this as a word of warning. The Jets are a layup. We're 13.5-point favorites, and I get it. Tampa was only like a 5-point favorite last night. It's a division game. This series is weird, but if you need something to get or keep your attention, to get an, quote, edge, seemed to be a buzzword this week. If you need that, then, well, there you go. And just go put it on Thursday Night Football last night. Put it on a team that needs a win, that needs to stop with this slump they're in, pick up the W, go to Carolina and win next week and put this thing away. And after failing in that this is how ahead of the projections Tampa was. Even with the loss last night, there's still like a 50-something% chance to make the playoffs. So just imagine, had they won these last 2 weeks, they'd be all but have it locked up and get in. So, there you go.
Your boy Kirk Cousins got busy last night.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from.
Right.
He had some kind of weaker-looking throws, but at the end of the night, it was very solid, like 20 of 34, over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks, and made plays in the fourth quarter when they had to have them. What is going on? Got to go to the flashlight.
Yep, I did that a couple times this morning.
Kind of free falling. I feel like it's going into the fourth at Florida. All right, SEC schedules are out in football, and we'll dive a little bit deeper as we move through the morning. Just a couple of highlights from the SEC schedule. They won't wait around. They're not going to build the suspense. Lane Kiffin. I'm sorry. Did I say Kitten? Lane Kiffin returns to Oxford and Ole Miss right out the gates week 3, like first SEC game for LSU and Ole Miss. So it'll be LSU and Ole Miss week 3. I believe that's September 19th. From the SEC schedule, I can give you FSU fans a heads up. Miami, Bama won't open the season. It won't be week 1, game 1. It will also be week 3. Also a September 19th kick for FSU's trip to Alabama. That comes out of the SEC schedule release. Florida, Georgia stays where it always is. The rest of that schedule bebops around, and it's kind of alarming to look at the schedule after all these years from a Gator perspective and not see LSU and not see Tennessee. Now, you see some returns. Auburn is the SEC opener for Florida early in the season. That's on the road. But the Gator schedule, again, we'll go by game a little bit later this morning. But it compared to the gauntlet that Florida has faced the last couple of years, it's very manageable. Again, it's easy to play Dassa Dub and put a team like the Jags 12-5 in the preseason when you're hopeful. And so with a hopeful look at this Gator schedule, with the proper player retention, at much better coaching, and a much easier slate, there's no reason that John Summerall in Florida can't or shouldn't pop immediately out of the gates. It's a manageable schedule. There are tough games on it. It's the SEC. You got to go to Oklahoma. You got to go to Texas. You play Georgia. But after that, there's no Bama. There's no you do play Ole Miss. But there's no Bama. I think they play Ole Miss. I'm pretty sure they do. But there's no Bama. There's no Texas A&M. There's no LSU. There's no Tennessee. The problem for Florida the last couple of years, though, the reality of that schedule is they pretty much had to play everyone but Bama the last couple of years. And as poorly coached and managed and organized as Billy Napier's fire drill sugar show every weekend, there was no way they were gonna go through that gauntlet. All right, we got Jags Talk this hour. You'll hear from the coordinators. I started this week, day one, just talking about how it's been long enough. We're 13 games in. We're 9-4. We've stacked victories. This team now, this year's Jaguars, 2025, it's fair to start attaching some traits to them. So there's some traits to this football team and what they've proven they are now through 13 games, and it feels like that's what they are, and it's not suddenly going to flip-flop into something we don't recognize for the last 4, right? It's time to stand up and recognize the job that Anthony Campanile has done with this defense.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And from the beginning, when maybe from a production standpoint they weren't all that we wanted them to be, they gave up some big plays early in the year, but the turnover margin, they weren't sacking the quarterback early in the year. The things they weren't doing early in the year, they've improved on. And the things they were doing early in the year, they're continuing to do.
Complete 180 from last year. Who was our D coordinator? Nielsen?
Yeah.
Complete 180 from
Well,
last year.
I'm going to dive into that just a little bit to accentuate and position, I think, the job that Anthony Campanile has done. It just adds to that sense of accomplishment when you look at the utter ridiculousness of a year ago. From every step of the way of putting that defense together and expect him to execute. And we'll remind you of some of those examples a little bit later as we play up the incredible job that Anthony Campanile has done. You know, the offensive coordinator, Udinski, is a big part of the puzzle, but as long as Liam Cohen is calling the plays, the credit and all evaluation, good and bad, it's going to go on the head coach. Not that the offensive coordinator doesn't have a big part of what's happening, a big part in the game plan, and his perspective on why this football team really has hit a groove the last 3 or 4 weeks on that side of the ball as well. And we've gone through the numbers, averaging over 30 points a game. I think it is the last 4, maybe 5 games. So, all right, we're up and at 'em. We are live out at Eagle Landing this morning. Oh, it's chilly out here on the porch, but that's okay. We'll make our way through. I'm going to huddle around the fire that ET is so selfishly hogged up this morning. I do see that our hosts have brought us a box of, I guess they call them uglies. Yeah, we'll find out in the break. We'll find out in the break on that. All right, let's come back and talk to Captain Kevin Favor. I will say this as I drove in on a GFL Friday. it's hustling and bustling out there, man. When we unveil the T-shirts and open the Drill merch store, the I'm a 6 o'clocker with a steaming cup of coffee on the back is going to be a high seller, man. You 6 o'clockers are booming and burgeoning out there.
Yeah.
A ton of you guys out there on the roads today. Maybe some of you have picked a day to go fishing, and it was like us picking a day to do an outdoor remote. You've walked outside and go, oh, no, a little chilly today. We'll talk to the weather effect. With Captain Kevin Favor, the best in the business. We'll ring him up and talk fishing when we return. It's a GFL Friday. That's Green for Life.
He's our Big Mac.
Woo! It's Smash Mouth football, baby!
Tom McManus brings his big opinions to Jaguars Today.
Every Friday morning at 10 a.m. on 1010 XL.
Protected by Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Custom Home Builders. Fed up with your electrical and low voltage companies that ghost you mid-project, sparking delays? Unreliable subs and poor electrical work that derails your schedules? Denny Thompson here for Tyson Inc., experts in seamless electrical services for your custom builds. Pre-construction planning, integration, and installation. No hassle. Your homeowners will love the new Tyson showroom. Home builders team up with Tyson for your next home building project. TysonInc.com.
The Army-Navy Game Watch is presented by the City of Jacksonville Military Affairs and Veterans Department. Free parking, food and drink for purchase, requesting $5 entry donation. Gates open Saturday at 2 for the Army-Navy Game Watch Party at VyStar Ballpark.
Joe C. for CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. And if your dream is to create that space where you're living large in your backyard, then you need to get with the good people at CSS. They put a gas log in our fireplace, an awesome fire pit out back where the kids can toast s'mores and we can just hang out and watch the game. It's all part of your outdoor living experience with CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
You dream it, we build it. CSS.
Divorce, menonly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to divorcemenonly.com. Divorcemenonly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, why is it that when you look at how long a store has been in business, that it always seems to be the stores like Underwood's that sell fine quality that have been around the longest?
Frank, that's a question that really doesn't get asked a lot, but it should be. There are a number of reasons, but probably the biggest is because of the endorsements our longtime customers and their pieces of jewelry have given us through the years. You see, when you sell really fine quality jewelry, that piece will last longer and always stay beautiful. It might stay in the same family for generations, and through those years of wear, a lot of compliments will be made and a lot of people will be told where the piece of jewelry came from. You see, at a store like Underwood's, it's our stated goal to be the best jeweler in the South, not the biggest, so everything we do and carry has to help move us toward that goal. And ultimately, it's the satisfied customers wearing fine quality jewelry that have kept Underwood's in Jacksonville since 1928.
Underwood's in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
When the team heats up and the temps climb high, Sunrise Heating and AC keeps you cool. That's no lie. From kickoff to overtime and every long drive, they'll keep your home feeling fresh and alive. When your system's down, don't sweat the score. Sunrise Heating and AC of North Florida is ready to restore. Fast, honest service from a local crew, keeping Jacksonville fans chill all season through. Your comfort starts here at sunriseheatingandac.com.
Touchdown!
Greenlaw Group is for the insured. If you think you have roof damage, call 904-302-7055 today, and they will schedule you a free roof inspection. Trust their law firm to help you fight your insurance when you need it. These storms can cause damage you may not even see yet. Call Greenlaw Group 302-7055. There's no cost to retain their law firm and no cost to have your roof inspected. They only get paid if you win. Greenlaw Group, for the insured.
1010XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch. Now, Captain Kevin Favors Fishing Report. Reeled in by Sunrise Heating and AC of North Florida and CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living on 1010XL.
All right, let's put those lines in the water. Now, as they kind of, our line is extended out as we bring in Captain Kevin Favor. It's dangling above the water. I think those are little ice droplets I see that are forming on the line there, Kev. I'm not positive, but I feel like there's some little ice droplets there. What, in all joking aside, what does a super cold snap like this do? Nothing in and of the exact day, or what?
I mean, it's a, you time your day different. You know what I mean? It's getting out of bed at 5 o'clock and, getting to the ramp at crack of dawn. You don't need to do all that, it's funny. I was talking to Captain Richie before. He's got an offshore trip this coming Saturday because the weather is supposed to be phenomenal today and tomorrow. And I asked him, I said, what time are you leaving? He said, I don't know, 7:30. And if it was me, I wouldn't even leave till 9 o'clock.
Yeah, there you go.
There's just no reason to get out there when it's freezing cold, because the fish don't get, look, they're cold. And they're not going to get fired up until the water warms up. And by the way, Jeff, all it takes is 2 degrees. If you get out there and let's just say it's 62 and it's 8 o'clock in the morning, by noon, it could be easily 66, 67 degrees. Yeah. That's the biggest thing. They're not going to quit biting. You just have to time your day different.
It sounds like really kind of water temperature can be your guide almost. I mean, is there a certain...
this time of year.
Yeah.
During the summertime, it is what it is. It's hot.
Right.
Unless we have a thermocline like we did this year. But, for the most part, what the water temperature is going to be. But, this time of year, and it is funny because I had totally forgotten about this, that, because I was asking Ricky what he's going to do going offshore on Saturday. He goes, I'm going to go try to find some cobia. And I went, whoa, we just don't think about that, this time of year. But this has become the time of year when, those guys do a lot of bottom fishing for a lot of cobia. And when they find them, there's big schools of them and things like that. So, I think that's what the weather is going to bring, especially today and tomorrow, Jeff. And the inshore fishing has just been as good as it can be. I mean, literally as good as it can be. The sheepshead are biting, the black drum, a lot of really nice trout over 20 inches have been caught this week. So, and by the way, perfect tide. You get like a 10:30 low tide, so you could leave at 8 or 9 o'clock, fish the rest of that outgoing tide, fish the first of the incoming tide, and be done and go home.
Mm-hmm.
So,
sounds like with a cooler full. Yes, absolutely. So, just real quick, your story of Tony Baselli yesterday. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I got a Loggerman story real quick.
Yes. Okay. What you got?
Okay. So, when Jeff was playing in the '90s, and we all had landlines, he had called me on a Monday evening because they had Tuesday off. And he's like, hey, where are you fishing tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. And he said, I'll meet you at marker 38.
Okay.
And we'll exchange stories. I said, that's cool. So anyway, I had a trip, and it was a guy, honest to goodness, from New York City, and it was a fly fishing trip, which was the rage at that time. Everybody wanted to catch a redfish on a fly. And this guy was the biggest jerk you've ever been around. And
oh no!
Yeah. So I'm at the end of the day, and I'm going back and I look over at marker 38, and there's Jeff sitting in his boat. He's anchored up. He's waiting on me, and I turned to the guy and I said, "There's that SOB right there." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "He waked me in a creek the other day, came by, didn't apologize, didn't anything, threw me up on the bank." And I said, "I've been waiting to find this guy for the last week or so." And so
So hold on. So you told your fly fishing dude that about Loggeman, and of course he doesn't know that you know Loggeman and yada yada. Okay.
Absolutely, has no
Right.
idea, right? So,
Okay,
So
right.
I start idling up there, right? And about that time, Jeff stands up on the bow because he sees me coming.
It's all 6'7".
Dude, he's got shorts on and flip flops, and the guy turns around to me and he goes, "Do you see the size of this guy?" I said, "Dude, I don't care." I said, "I don't care." And I said, "By the way," I said, "Do you know how to drive a boat?" And it's still idling up to Jeff. I'm about 15 yards, and he's like, "Yeah, why?" I said, "Because when I get off and we start going at it, you got to come back and get me." And he's like, "Dude, look at this guy."
That's
so
great.
I pull up to Loggeman, right, and I said, "Look here, you SOB." And he chimed right in. He looked at us and he goes, "Look here, I'll beat both of y'all's asses." And this guy stood up and the hands over his head. He's like, "I got nothing to do with this. This is between the two of y'all." And, dude, he went in the back of the boat and just cowered down.
That's great. Sounds like a fly fisherman.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Loggeman was like, "What's up, favor?" I said, "What's up, Log?" We just started talking. And the guy never said another word to me, and obviously I didn't get tipped.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you may have seen that one coming anyway. Yeah, Kevin's responding because we told the story yesterday on air, and it was later in the show. So I'll just do the quickie version for the 6 o'clockers. We went to the Army-Navy game, I don't know, 10 or so years ago. Doc Murphy took a couple of his kids, me, Tony, Dan, a couple other people. We're in the stadium. There's a drunk, obnoxious fan behind us. He's really much staying out of our business, but he's just being a pain for everyone. And one of Doc's kids walks by, and he's young still at this point. He's in college, 19, 20 years old. And the guy gets going at him. And Tony just turned. We're all sitting in our, we're like 2 rows down in the bleacher seating, and you can't really tell what size people are, I suppose. So he's giving the business to the guy, and Tony gets a little tick. So Tony turns around to him and says, "Hey, knock it off. That's my friend." Something to that effect. And the guy says, what are you going to do about it? And Tony turns around and stands up, and it's like an elevator is coming up. And so he's 2 rows below, looking this dude dead in the eye, like he just came out of the Russian Red Army, with a skull cap on and a trench coat. And this, I've never seen a dude, to your point, cower faster than this big mouth did. And that was it. This was like right before half. He left. We didn't have to deal with him the rest of the game. So, that courage gets awful small when the opponent shows up, huh? So best bet is don't get out here and brave the cold these days where it warms up to 50, 60 degrees by 10 o'clock. That's the message I'm hearing.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, it's going to be beautiful. Just let it warm up a little bit. Hey, just for tomorrow, just to let everybody know, standard feed and seed for the outdoor show. We're doing a Toys for Tots drive.
Okay.
Bring a toy by to us, and I've got, including myself, I've got me and a couple charter captains are going to be giving away some trips.
Nice.
So if you come by and you bring a toy, put your name in the hat, and I'm going to draw 3 names out of the hat at the end of the show, and some people are going to have a wonderful Christmas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not only are they going to take care of the kids, which we all want that, but they got a chance to win a couple fishing trips.
Well, it's a great time of the year to be able to bless other people that don't have it near as good as just about everyone that's hearing my voice right now. And so those things make you feel good. That's part of the spirit of Christmas, right? It's not just what present you get, especially when you get a little older like us. So good for y'all. Have a great morning tomorrow. And listen, I was out of the office again Thursday and Friday.
I've been listening.
If you know, you know. Yeah, if you know, you know. Yeah. All right. Have a great weekend, friend. We'll talk to you next week.
Have a great weekend.
All right, there he goes. That's Captain Kevin Favor. You can listen for him on the Outdoor Show. And again, as they said, they have a Toys for Tot drive going on tomorrow. So take a toy. You could even go home a winner. Take in a toy and end up with a fishing trip.
With
So,
Kevin,
you can't go wrong with
Absolutely.
that. We are live this morning. We're at the Eagle Landing Golf Club, where Trinity Christian's hosting their first annual baseball golf tournament today. What a baseball program they have. We're going to visit with their coach, John Murphy, later in the show. Daniel Murphy, his slightly famous older brother, going to take a seat here on the couch with us, and we'll talk some hardball coming up in the 9 o'clock hour. We also have Greg McGarity of the Gator Bowl. So he's going to call and talk about the matchup. We'll visit with him in the 9 o'clock hour. And I think our instant reaction is always of protection of the Gator Bowl. You know, so I think sometimes it can come across that when we're bemoaning the bowl system or a particular matchup, it comes from a place of love for us and our ties to the Gator Bowl for so many years. But I do think that maybe we get a little bit too overreactive. Virginia, Missouri is a good matchup. I mean, you got a team that played for the ACC championship in Virginia, had one of their better seasons in years. And Missouri with Eli Drinkowitz has just established itself as a 9-10 win team. So I'm hoping that those two programs will respond to this opportunity with some, heads and beds, as they say, for our friends at the Gator Bowl. But we'll just get the perspective on how the process played out. It did get a little bit wonky when Notre Dame decided, well, we're not going to go to a bowl if you're not going to put us in the playoffs. So I don't know if that meant Virginia Tech could have been Georgia Tech, rather, would have been an option here, but instead they slide down to that Citrus Bowl, or formerly the Citrus Bowl in Orlando. So we'll talk some Gator Bowl in the 9 o'clock hour as well. We got the Friday 5-pack today and much more. So happy you're up and at 'em with us. It's a GFL Friday. Let's come back on the other side, look a little deeper at the Thursday night game last night and the floundering opportunities that the Bucs have become. That and more. Still going to hear from the Jaguars coordinators this morning. E.T.'s out here with me. How are you doing today, friend? You warmed up yet?
I'm getting there, man.
Well, you should be plenty warm. I mean, you set things up out here, and you're huddled like a foot away from the fireplace. And, here I am carrying the load. I have a ski coat on. I got 5 layers of clothes. It's 37 degrees. And, you're over there making s'mores, man.
That's the difference between a West Virginia boy and a Florida boy.
Well, I reckon. I got it. It thins pretty quick, buddy. I've been in Florida for I don't want to say how long I've been in Florida. How old are you?
38, 39.
I've been in Florida longer than you are old. I don't like that, man. Or maybe I haven't. Yeah, no. Were you born in 86?
86.
Yeah. I came to Florida in 85.
Okay.
Yeah.
I operate different in the cold, man.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. Listen, by the way, it doesn't matter. You could live in Alaska. Mm-hmm. When you get up in the morning and it's 37 degrees.
Cold is cold.
It's freaking cold.
Smoke is smoke.
Now, if you've ever had the misfortune of being like in the obscene cold, like been to, say, Alaska or I'll never forget, we took my parents were in Chicago, and we took the kids up, and we wanted to take them snowing, but it was only still early December, so we were going to drive north till we went skiing, and we ended up in Minnesota somewhere, and my God, I'll never forget, as we pulled in to get the hotel for the night before, the bank thermometer, minus 18.
Man, no. Woo!
That's a different level.
Woo!
All right, let's come back with more next. We are live out here with the Trinity Christian Baseball squad on let's just call it a crisp Friday morning.
The drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Perfect passes. Great pass. Thrilling moments. Did that just happen? Winning plays. Touchdown! Your radio home for play-by-play. 1010XL.
Hey, gang, Prosser here for Lloyd's Heating and Air. Need a leader for commercial, retail, multifamily, hospitality projects? Maybe it's top-tier residential service. No gimmicks, no mascots, just real expertise and good old-fashioned hard work. They're your trusted statewide mechanical partner and local family-owned team. Lloyd's is the only name Northeast Florida counts on. Visit LloydsHeatingandAir.com. That's Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Westside, your locally owned commercial truck headquarters and proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hey, it's Rick Ballou. We got a fresh shipment of hard-to-find ProMaster vans Perfect for Section 179, my buddy Tommy and his team are committed to the community and make the process simple. Upfits, delivery, everything handled right. If you need ProMaster vans or commercial trucks for your fleet, you need Jacksonville, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Westside.
Greenlaw Group is for the insured. If you think you have roof damage, call 904-302-7055 today, and they will schedule you a free roof inspection. Trust their law firm to help you fight your insurance when you need it. These storms can cause damage you may not even see yet. Call Greenlaw Group 302-7055. There's no cost to retain their law firm and no cost to have your roof inspected. They only get paid if you win. Greenlaw Group, for the insured.
Pre-Game Friday. Built by Dream Finders Homes. Homes built to fit your lifestyle on 1010XL.
Baloo here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Care you can see.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
When all you have is a hammer, everything is a nail. I'm Dr. George Bari, and like me, I know you have been bombarded with PRP and stem cell treatments from companies that promise the world and charge prices to match. Or the surgeon that convinced you the only way to treat your injuries through surgery. At Bari Orthopedics, we offer the best PRP treatment on the market with prices that won't cost you an arm and a leg. We also have the expertise to treat your injury surgically, if that is what it entails. We can discuss all surgical and non-surgical options with you and make sure you get the best treatment available. Come see me, Dr. George Bari at Bari Orthopedics.
Ready to upgrade your home? It's Renewal by Anderson's 31-day sale. Buy one, get one 40% off replacement windows and patio doors. Plus, 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months, but this offer expires December 31st. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
Jeff Lagerman for Napa Auto Care Centers. This football season, make sure your ride can get to that tailgate or travel to the away game safely and dependably. You can trust the ASE certified professionals at any one of the 29 independently owned Napa Auto Care Centers and the quality Napa parts they use. Napa Auto Care Centers can handle everything: oil changes, air conditioning, brakes, engines, transmissions. Napa Auto Care Centers offers a nationwide 24-month, 24,000-mile peace of mind warranty on most repairs. Find one near you at jacksnapaautocare.group.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
You know, you hope it's getting to the point where it's just something you do. You know, you see somebody walking down the street, you want to punch their wallet out of their hand or something. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's just, that's your natural reaction. But there is a culture of that here, and the guys do that. I would say, like, the coaches, our position coaches have done an unbelievable job in the pre-practice, in the post-practice, and in the drill work of, you know, just getting the guys mindful of that, you know, ending drills with that all the time. And I really credit the players, honestly, for their stick-to-itiveness of it, and the coaches of never relenting on it and trying to make sure it's because at the end of the day, it's really about how many attempts you get. You know, your percentage of success is going to go up exponentially. You know, if you're taking, the more attempts you take, the more ops you're going to get a takeaway.
That is Anthony Campanile talking about his opportunistic defense, and boy, is it, of all the stats that are lopsidedly in the Jaguars' favor as a huge favorite against the Jets. Again, it's up to 13.5 now. It's the turnover battle. The Jaguars have been terrific all year long. You hear him there talking about the fumbles. And you know what else I like about that? He's right. Apparently, by the way, if you pass the Jaguar on the street, watch your wallet. But he's right about there's this about the fumbles they've caused and the strips and the punch outs and playing till the whistle. We had one of those the other day against Jonathan Taylor.
Yep.
What I like is, at least to my recollection, I don't remember any one of those being you're dragging the guy along and giving him an extra 6, 7, 8 yards while you flail away on his arms. No, these have been timed up, so you're catching him out from behind and you punch it out with good timing, or the play's over and they're trying to extend and you take advantage, as Eric Murray did this past week. The Jags have forced and recovered 8 fumbles. That's a big number. It's not the highest in the league, but it is be tied for 6th highest. And the real incredible number, and when you have a when you have a linebacker who has as many interceptions as Devin Lloyd does, but the Jags have 15 picks this year. 15, tied for second most in the league behind. The Bears are the other team like the Jags that have been awesome at taking it away and even better in the turnover differential. Again, the flurry of particularly Trevor Lawrence interceptions in the first half of the year have the Jaguars' turnover margin more middle of the package. It's in the top 10, I should say middle of the pack. But the total turnovers forced remains on pace with the highest paces in the league. The Bears, I think, have forced 23, and the Jags actually the Bears have forced 27, and the Jags have forced 23, and the Jags actually have pulled out of a tie for – no, they're tied for second with Pittsburgh. Houston has forced 22. And, again, if I scroll all the way down to the bottom, the New York Jets, minus 15 in turnover differential, have forced 2 turnovers all year.
That's still crazy, too.
That's an amazing stat. They don't have a single pick, so it would behoove Trevor Lawrence and the passing offense to stay right in rhythm. And I don't think the Jets are a team that you're going to have to pass to death. You know, if you are going to measure, you know, the progress of the offense strictly by what the passing numbers are every week, this probably isn't a game to do that. Mm-hmm. The Jets are 30th against the run. ETN is rolling. Let's get Bashal Tutin involved this week. He had a nice home game a couple of efforts ago.
So, Jeff, I was going to ask you, because yesterday we talked about like Parker Washington and the potential injury. Like, should we play him or should we not? Wouldn't this be a perfect game to, like, feature a Bashal Tutin? Not sit Travis Etienne, but feature a Bashal Tutin and other players like that.
I feel you. I do think, you know, there's a fine line here. This ain't a college game, right?
Uh-huh.
You don't, you know, and if Etienne is running, I think he would keep his same workload until or unless the Jags get a 2 or 3 score lead.
Okay.
Then, to your point, maybe to call off the starters and, you know, especially guys that have been banged up. You know, there are some guys on defense as well that have been that. But at the same time, we're down the home stretch, man. It's time to play football. True. You want guys sharp. Some of these guys that are injured, you know, they've gotten a little rusty perhaps because of that. You're knocking some off. You're going to, you know, hear more about Trayvon Walker. And it's good to see guys, by the way. I'll just drop this one last Jag note. We're going to do much more on the Jags as we move through the morning, particularly from the coordinators. But the injury report just keeps getting better and better, gang. I'll just by the way, we're down to Brady Cook at quarterback for the Jets. Just another reason. There just ain't no way, man.
Right.
There just ain't no way.
Right.
I mean, we'd have to the way you lose to a team like the Jets is you turn it over.
Be undisciplined.
Right? You're undisciplined. You give it away to them. And, man, that is just not how this football team has played of late. And, by the way, I turn it over 8 times and win. I don't care. We just need wins.
Uh-huh.
Now, I do care. I don't want to turn it over 8 times. Here's yesterday's practice report that we now are down to just 3 guys who are limited. Ezra Cleveland's got a shoulder injury. The interior offensive lineman, limited Wednesday, limited yesterday. Then you have Quentin Morris, you know, third-string tight end, limited yesterday, limited on Wednesday. And then Parker Washington with a hip remains limited. But to the point, B.J. Green, Wednesday limited, yesterday full participant. Trevor Lawrence, Wednesday limited, yesterday full participant. Walker Little, concussion program, Wednesday limited. We talked with Doc yesterday. Thursday, full participation. Andrew Wingard, again, concussion protocol, Wednesday limited. Yesterday, full participation. We're down to not a single missed practice and just 3 limited participants. And we've withstood some injuries during the course of this year. We've shuffled guys around. That's another, that plays into that adversity trait that we talked about on Monday. All right, let's come back to the football fix, including the Thursday nighter and another blown opportunity for the Bucs. It's a GFL Friday. That's Green for Life. Look for those bright green trucks and cans all over Jacksonville. We are out here on the West Side. Yeah?
Yes, sir. West Side.
Okay, West Side. We are at the Eagle Landing Golf Club for the Trinity Christian Baseball Tournament. This Trinity Christian Baseball team, this year's team has 9 guys signed D1.
9 of them things?
9, including 3 to Florida. They're like power programs.
Yeah, big boys.
So they're in the spotlight here this morning. They are coached by Daniel Murphy's brother. John Murphy's got them nationally ranked in the top 5. And we'll also visit with Murph. Daniel, he'll be out here as well. And there's been some percolation in the baseball offseason, and including the Braves yesterday. Maybe we'll hit that in the 10-minute drill. But when we come back, it's a football fix, and then on into the 7 o'clock hour on a GFL Friday.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
This is your VSIN Action Update, brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Everbank Stadium, the side of the Jaguars and Jets on Sunday. Jacksonville, the 13.5-point favorite, 41.5 the total. Jacksonville has won 4 straight. They're 9-4, first place of the AFC South, minus 165 to win the division title. Jacksonville scored the first touchdown in 7 of its last 8 home games. You can bet Jacksonville to score the first touchdown against the Jets at minus 310. Zane Gonzalez with a game-winning 43-yard field goal as time expired. Falcons as a 6-point dog upset the Bucs 29-28 at Raymond James Stadium. Progressive helping veterans drive their lives forward. More info, keysofprogress.com. With your action update, Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
The holidays are coming, and so is your family. Is your septic system ready?
Honey, why is the yard bubbling?
Dad, the dog's swimming in the septic tank.
That's one way to greet the in-laws.
Don't let a septic disaster be the highlight of your holiday dinner. Call Duck Duck Rooter today and get it fixed before Uncle Bob finds out the hard way. Duck Duck Rooter, your local septic experts. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. DuckDuckRooter.com.
Mike Dempsey for Apex Roofing and Contracting of Jacksonville Beach. If your roof's got any damage, if it leaks, if it's just old and ugly, call my friends at Apex Roofing. But Mike, roofs are so expensive. It's true, quality roofing is not cheap, but Apex Roofing has up to 100% financing available, so you don't have to compromise quality for budget. Apex Roofing, no shortcuts, no stress, just quality work with financing available. Reach for the peak with Apex Roofing and Contracting in Jacksonville Beach. ApexRoofingFL.com.
Ready for huge holiday savings? It's the Expert Automotive Giving Garage. This Christmas, they're driven to give back. Bring in any new wrap toy donation and get $50 off any service. That's $50 off repairs, diagnostics, or maintenance just for helping a child. Plus, they're giving you 50% off your oil change, $50 off any service with a toy, and 50% off oil changes. The Giving Garage at Expert Automotive. They never sell greed, only what you need.
Introducing the Jag Stack at Firehouse Subs. So bold, it's named after the home team. Stacked with honey ham, smoked turkey, roast beef, provolone, fresh veggies, and the new Duval drizzle sauce. For a limited time at your local Firehouse Subs, there's only one hottest sub in Duval.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH. Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your National Builder of the Year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99%. and homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
Have you or someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI and all criminal offenses. I've been named the best DUI attorney in the state, and David has been named the best criminal defense lawyer in Jacksonville. In your battle with the justice system, there is only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys Locksmith Service.
1010XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farrah doesn't flinch.
Daly's Double Take as we welcome you back to the Eagle Landing Golf Club. It's the Trinity Christian baseball program, first annual golf tournament. 9 of those jokers have signed D1. They had a kid last year, went in the round 2 of the draft. He'll be out here. A lot of baseball talk later this morning. But first, the Daly's Double Take. Brought to you by our friends at the Daly's Dash. We were out there yesterday, gave away 2 more 10-packs. We'll do it one more time with the Ultimate Fan giveaway, and then we'll try a very hard postseason lean. We'll see how that goes.
Shout out Ben and Jerry.
Yeah, Ben and Jerry, yesterday's winners. That's correct. Perfect morning for them.
Yeah, right?
They're right in the freezer, right where they belong. Now, here's the Double Take. E.T., I got a question for you.
Talk to me.
How many programs in the ACC won 10 games this year?
10 games. Miami.
Yeah, Miami.
And Miami.
That's why it's the Daly's Double Take as we, hand-wring over this bowl matchup and that assignment. No, there were actually 2 teams in the ACC, 2 that won 10 games this year. The second one, the Virginia Cavaliers, who will be coming to Jacksonville to play in the bowl game. I think demonstrably over the course of the year, second-best team in the ACC. I know they lost the championship game. That was weak. Should have beat Duke. But anywho, the Gator Bowl's got the only other 10-win team from the ACC, the conference they're aligned with. Missouri, another 8-4 year for Drinkwitz and their talent. So I bring this up because we'll talk a little Gator Bowl later in the program when Greg McGarity joins us. The Heisman's this weekend.
Wow.
Feels like it's kind of wide open, doesn't it? Or no?
Yes. Wide open.
I get a little bit I always get a little bit askew in my view on the Heisman because Hick is a voter and, I can glean things off of the way he's leaning and whatnot. I would never take anything, public, but just about every year I could tell you who he's voting for. And I don't I think sometimes I take that perspective as maybe more overwhelming out there and about. I do think it's going to come down to, can Fernando Mendoza overcome some middle-level statistics? Sometimes when you're a great team and it's all about winning, you don't care about throwing 400 yards week after week after week. There's a lot of value in that. This cat has taken the University of Indiana University to undefeated and number 1 in the country in his first and only year with Indiana.
That says a lot.
It says a lot. And it also says a lot that Diego Pavia, of all the 100 years of football they played at Vanderbilt, just gave them the best season they've ever had in the toughest conference in football with a blowout win at Tennessee to finish. They beat good teams along the way. Boy, Vandy wishes they could have that Texas game back. Mm-hmm. They went back and forth with Texas, and if they win that game, they finish with 1 loss. They're maybe even in the SEC championship. No, they lost to Bama, so they wouldn't have been in the SEC championship game, but they would have been in the playoff, except for that loss. So my vote would be for Pavia, of Vandy. That's the direction I'd go, but I certainly understand I don't think it could be saying, for Ohio State, but I think losing that game to Mendoza is just bad optics. So, coming down the home stretch, the last chance before the voters vote, I think that probably cost him a bunch of votes. It probably added those votes to Mendoza because Pavia out of sight, out of mind for a week.
If you think about the Heisman, Jeff, in every college season in the past, there's always at least one player that sticks out. Somebody's always striking that Heisman pose because, they're a standout or they have that opportunity. I don't recall seeing the Heisman pose not one time this college season.
Pavia's, family have done it in the stands. I don't know if that counts. I hear you, and you are right. You can go back almost every year and make it's not that there aren't arguments for 2 or 3 different guys. So it'll be competitive. But there aren't strong arguments.
Correct.
Like, usually there's either a overwhelmingly strong argument for a dude or sometimes a 1B who's going to win it. They were going to win it all year long. And our guy, Travis Hunter, was kind of like that last year.
Yeah.
There are outstanding, eye-popping, like Hunter won, like Genty would have won any year except for the year that Hunter did that. So when you have a year like this, we're really like statistically and highlight version-wise hasn't just overwhelmed us all year
at all.
And there haven't been many years like that. You can go back the turn of the century. Jason White of Oklahoma won it.
The quarterback.
Just no good. No good. Eric Crouch won it
he was a bad boy though.
I think Crouch won it at Nebraska.
He was a bad boy though.
You had our buddy Gino Torretta at Miami. Wasn't really, but he was the quarterback of the best team. So, Mendoza and Sayan's numbers, production-wise, are better than Mendoza's. But Mendoza's got the Big Ten title. He's got the number 1 seed, and it matters that it's Indiana, and it's his first year there and a second-year coach overall. We said this, and I asked Chris Doering about it. There should be a Cignetti effect. And if you can go to a Power 4 conference and go to the playoff year 1 and be number 1 in the country undefeated year 2, why can't anyone else do it? He just did it at Indiana. Now, middle down, Big Ten might be a little weak right now. There may not be some outsider games that, boom, can get you out of nowhere. They are that much better. But I will remind you that Cignetti came into the Big Ten while Ohio State and Michigan are at their peak. They've won the last 2. It's hard for anyone else in the Big Ten to be any good at all if Ohio State and Michigan are rolling. So it's not just the Cignetti in year 2 as the number 1 undefeated team in the country. It's that he has done it with the 2 best teams in the Big Ten playing kind of at their best. I know Michigan last year fell off to 7-5 in their first year under the inglorious 2-year reign of Sharon Moore. Last check, dude's still in jail.
Yeah.
So is that not a little bit different?
That says something.
It made something serious may have gone down in the assault at that apartment because he clearly lost his mind. Now I don't know what's true and verifiable and what's rumor and innuendo, but you start to see now some of the screen grabs of text of the guy whose dad works in the athletic offices and how. Moore went off the chain. He was told he was getting let go, and apparently,
he lost it. Yeah,
popped up immediately, went to the girl's house like it's her fault.
Right,
and then something went down there. Okay, they don't keep you in jail for an improper work relationship.
Right. Yeah,
and they don't keep you in jail if it's
something light,
a dust up.
Yeah,
and again, nothing is okay. If they're keeping you in jail, it'd be interesting to see what the facts of this are. All right, look, let's do this. Let's come back with a football fix. We'll kick off the 7 o'clock hour with a football fix, including Thursday night football last night, sprinkling a little Jags as well. Then we will have the 10-minute drill, hit some of the other headlines from the sports world. Then we will have the Friday 5-pack. We'll have the quarterback whisperer today, so we'll talk quarterbacking with Denny Thompson. We'll get into the 9 o'clock hour, and we are just full up loaded. We'll right at the top of the hour, we'll visit with the Gator Bowl folks and Greg McGarity about their matchup, 10-win Virginia, 8-win Missouri. We will then visit with some of the Trinity Christian baseball program out here. Their head coach, John Murphy, has them in the top 5. They have 9 Division I signees hosting a golf tournament today out at Oak Leaf and Eagle Landing. And we'll also get the chance to visit with Daniel Murphy and Murph's opinion on what he's seen so far in baseball's Hot Stove League. We could use a hot stove. Broadcasting from the porch here in about sub-40 temps. You're listening to The Drill. It's a GFL Friday Football Fix when we return.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Every great engine has something special under the hood.
Woo! Hey, you want to drive?
It's the Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville drive of the game.
Boom, drive it, set up, there you go.
On 1010XL.
Gotta be 6, fellas. We gotta get 6.
Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi are on a mission to sell 2,000 vehicles this December. I've instructed my team to take every reasonable offer. We won't lose your business over price. Thousands of cars, trucks, and SUVs priced to move. Get year-end savings, top dollar for your trade, and the easiest car buying experience ever. But hurry, these deals end when we hit 2,000, and we ain't leaving nothing on the table. Make it a December to remember, only at Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi.
Here's hoping for a Raise the Roof football season. And here's knowing Next Gen Roofing is up for any job. Game day or storm season, you need a team you can trust. And you know what? You don't need a glitzy roofing company. No shortcuts, no gimmicks, no nonsense. Solid roofs at competitive prices and a commitment to the First Coast community. Right now, save up to $300 on your next roof replacement. When you need a roof, you need Next Gen Roofing. Team with you, it's a win every time. All right, listen, there's one thing I know about people. I know people, we all like to save money where we can, and particularly save a little cash at the pump, and you can do that when you become a new member of the Shell Fuel Rewards program. In fact, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Here's the 1, 2, 3 offer. Save 10 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, 20 cents per gallon on your second, and then 30 cents per gallon on your third. Get everyday savings afterwards. At Shell, members get more rewards, savings, and special offers, so sign up for the Fuel Rewards program today. Offer valid through 12/31/26 at participating Shell locations. Must be redeemed within 60 days of registration. Limit 20 gallons. Restrictions do apply.
Have a ball picking the bowls.
You've got the chance to win $1,000 in jewelry from Beard's Diamonds.
Brought to you by Burlock and Barrel American Whiskey.
You pick 'em.
Log on to 1010XL.com and start picking.
This holiday season, give the gift of comfort and joy. Comfort food and the joy that comes with digging into a huge plate of diner favorites from Metro Diner. And to make things even more merry, now through the end of the year, they're adding on a $10 bonus card with every $50 spent on gift cards. Metro Diner gift cards are the perfect gift for everyone on your list. Friends, family, or coworkers. Stop by the diner or MetroDiner.com and get all your gift shopping done easily. Happy holidays from Metro Diner.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Celebrate Christmas at Trinity. Join their annual Christmas candlelight service, a meaningful way for family and friends to experience the joy of Christmas together. Enjoy uplifting worship, timeless carols, an inspiring Christmas message, and a beautiful candlelight moment. Plus photos with Santa, festive photo spots, and warm holiday treats like hot chocolate and cider. Come celebrate the hope of Jesus this Christmas at the Hammond, Oakleaf, or Mandarin campus. Find service times at tbc.org/Christmas.
Ready to take your gift giving to the limit? Hey, I'm Ben Kay, owner of Gotham City Limit, your local comic shop, inviting you to stop by and see how we can help this holiday season. From comics to collectibles, community, and more, visit GothamCityLimit.com and always take it to the limit.
Bring your marketing to the next level with 3D Digital, your local video production and digital marketing agency that specializes in ensuring your brand story is seen, heard, and remembered. Our award-winning team creates professional content that will be launched across multiple platforms to precisely target your audience. Visit 3ddigital.com to define, design, and deliver exceptional results for your business.
Do you want to grow your career with a company that's committed to growing with you? Florida Home AC has aggressive plans to double their workforce, and they're looking for determined, resourceful people with initiative. Just log on to FloridaHomeAC.com/careers to find out more. We're talking a competitive, guaranteed base salary with bonus opportunity, comprehensive paid training programs, and promotions based upon performance and top shelf benefits. It's all waiting for you. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com/careers. Florida Home AC, equal opportunity employer.
Save some money this holiday season and buy pre-owned. That's right, pre-owned. Pre-owned guns, guitars, surfboards, tools, and especially jewelry. Buy big, save bigger at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Brennan Roofing. Jag VP Tony Baselli doesn't want his team to overlook the Jets.
They're going to come play hard, and we better be ready, and we better bring our best effort.
As the Jags battle the Jets this Sunday, JTA Game Day Express is back. Let JTA drive you with multiple pickup spots citywide. Passes start at just $10 on the MyJTA app. Details at jtafla.com. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
Currently, it's 41 degrees at 7:06. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch.
This is how we do. It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's
Oh, yeah?
You can handle this, buddy. You guys are the Friday fanatics.
In homage of the mogul.
Yeah.
You know it!
There you go.
Yes, Sirski!
You've been kind of waiting for that. You could have unleashed one yesterday if you wanted, Huh?
Only on a Friday, though.
Yeah. Well, it is a Friday. It's a football Friday. Welcome back, gang. We are live out at the Trinity Christian Baseball Program's golf tournament at Eagle Landing this morning. We'll visit with some baseball talk a little bit later. But as we get you started here in the 7 o'clock hour, we welcome you aboard. A little chilly out here, E.T. Good morning.
A little nippy nip, but you know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful day. It's a good call, so we'll shake.
If you're an early tailgater for Jag Sunday, like who are the earliest, you think? Are there guys that get out there like 6 in the morning, get set up?
No, because the gates aren't open yet.
That's inside tailgate. Is that all the parking?
All of them.
Okay.
Yeah,
what time do parking gates open?
I think they open at 8.
Okay.
They start getting out at about 7 o'clock, and they start lining up.
Okay.
Because some of them, the earlier you get, the better spot you get.
That's correct. You got to get it all set up. Well, Sunday morning, it'll be, put some chili on a pot and have some coffee. And by the time you get to the game, you're going to have, some iced tea and some short sleeves. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful day for football down at the stadium. Only 2 home game opportunities left, at least officially. A division title will bring us at least one more home game, and we'll see how that shakes out. That Tony Boselli mindset is an important attribute that he has brought to this franchise, because now it's not in a Monday morning musing with Dan and I. It's with organizational power. It comes with, my opinion now, it also carries the burden of expectation for you guys. It is completely unacceptable for you to look at this game as anything other than a better strap it up and bring your A-game opportunity, because if you don't, you're going to get burned. And so you heard that quick clip from Tony there in the update, and I think that I don't think that's cliche anymore. That's no longer a media perspective. This is what they need to do. No. This is me telling you, you better do this. And those guys are getting that message, and I don't think they want to fritter away this progress and success they made. There's a lot of dudes that's of lesser name value that signed free agent deals here with Jacksonville last year and took a look and said, 4-13, huh? Well, give me some cash,
right.
Some playing time. And man, a coaching change and emerging and improving quarterback and opportunistic defense has the Jacksonville Jaguars sitting in a position this Sunday that they are 13.5-point favorites, the largest favored role they've had since 2007, so almost 20 years. That's the progress that's been made here in 13 games. Do you have any it's almost become part of Jaguar fans' DNA, man. You never get quite comfortable. You're always worried that the shoe is going to drop.
Right.
Do you have any nervousness? Like, I had nervousness going to Nashville.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
I had nervousness hosting the Colts last week.
Me too.
I don't have any nervousness with the Jets game.
You know what, Jeff? I got a little bit.
Okay, good. I need you to.
I got a little bit.
Okay, I need you to. That's good.
Because every year there's a team that wins the game that they're not supposed to win. There's some game, there's a team that wins the game that we're not supposed to win.
And in fairness to the Jags, we haven't had that game.
Correct. Right.
We haven't had that game. We've been that game for other people.
Yes, yeah.
Especially early in the year before we were more proven.
Right.
But, yeah, we have not had that game where we were just, dead set supposed to win, big favorite, and then not performed. I Man, I don't know, bro. You can almost feel the confidence growing. Like it's almost like a feeling.
Like that's a dub. I already
no, like when they take the field. Like I know early, especially in the struggles, people would bombard the text line. I get nervous every time Trevor goes back to pass.
Yeah, I used to be like that.
See,
I ain't been like that the past couple of weeks with Trev.
There's something to that. You know what I mean? And so I think it's important and incumbent, especially against a defense that overall has struggled, that you kind of keep up. Keep that momentum going because that is a big one. Let's get through this one, and we're allowed to look ahead. We're fans. We're media.
Right.
We're allowed to look ahead. We know how huge next week is. Obviously, somewhere underneath that helmet, they know that. But we don't have to go out and meet the challenge and beat the Jets this week. They do. And so far, from the mental management of the team from Liam Cohen to the edges he's found to the on-field improvement we just continue to see. It just doesn't feel like this is going to be one of those teams that is, going to, screw the pooch, so to speak. I feel like now we're going to get to a point that if we go have a game and we win 24-13, we'll be like, we should score more.
Yeah.
That's a more fair expectation and standard once you start winning. And at least to this point through 13 games, the Jaguars have started winning. To East Point, there are always examples. I wouldn't say that last night's Thursday nighter was as glaring an example for the Bucs as last week's stumble at home against the Saints, but it happened again to Tampa last night in a game that they were a pretty big favorite. So to E.T.'s point, there's always that, and so. As you heard Tony mention in the update, and has been pretty consistent, the messaging coming from down there, we know what's in front of us, and we got to do this game first, and that comes up this Sunday. And after last week's, cold and wet afternoon, it should be a beautiful day for football. By the time they kick, it's Chamber of Commerce weather, it looks like.
And then, I think the fans going to show up because the Jags did their part, so I think the fans going to do their part.
I do think, again, I'm not ever going to say it's your obligation, but, if you are planning on going, give these guys some love for the excitement that they're bringing, and it looks like ultimately the payoff of a playoff appearance. All right, fire up the band, Aaron. We got a football fix. It's brought to you by Allstate agent Mandy Bowers at Mandarin and the home course, the Jewelton Creek Golf Club. I don't know if this lands right. We heard Doug Peterson do this last year. But after his Bucs blew a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter last night and lost to the Falcons on a last-second field goal, Coach Todd Bowles blasted the players.
Did you? Oh, man. Ooh.
Yeah. He challenged them to, quote, look in the mirror after his team blew that 2-touchdown lead. Tampa's now 7-7. They've lost 5 of their last 6 games. So they were sitting there at 6-2 and in great shape. And, in fact, they're now a half game behind the Carolina Panthers in the NFC South after Atlanta won last night 29-28. Truth is it lies in both, but if you got a 14-point lead and then you got an 8-point lead in the ball and then you got a 2-point lead in the ball, and if the Falcons don't give them 19 penalties, the game may have been decided already. I mean, Tampa got a bunch of helpful whistles along the way. But the Bucs are now a half game back at Carolina. They played Carolina 2 of their last 3 games. The Panthers this week, I can't remember, but it was an easy-ish one. But then they've got 2 with the Panthers have 2 with the Bucs, and then a harder game than Tampa Bay has. This division now, if Carolina wins this week, if they take advantage and win this week, they take a game lead over the Bucs, and we'll have 2 games left with them. That's just 2 painful division losses. I mean, those are going to hurt in the tie break.
Yep.
There's no excuse. Well, that's what Bowles said. Here he continued with an expletive-laden press conference.
Yeah.
You got to effing care enough where the bleep hurts. It's got to bleep and mean something to you. It's more than a job. It's your bleeping livelihood. How well do you know your job? How well can you do your job? You can't sugarcoat this bleep. Falcons were down 28-14. They scored with just under 10 minutes left on a Bijan Robinson run. Went for 2, didn't get it. Then that interception I was talking about, Baker Mayfield threw a bad pick. It was picked off by D. Alford at the Atlanta 33. So the Bucs were driving with an 8-point lead. The Falcons responded. They go 67 yards. They missed the 2-pointer again, but the score's 28-26. Now there's like 3 minutes to go. The Bucs had an incomplete pass, by the way, instead of running the ball and letting the clock run some. I don't know if it would have mattered. But the Falcons forced Tampa to punt, got the ball at their own 30 with no timeouts, 1:49 to go. They had a 3rd and 28 and 14-yard passes to Kyle Pitts, 20 yards on 4th and 14 to David Sills V, who, by the way, had dropped what was going to be a touchdown pass earlier in the game. And it sets up a game-winning 43-yard field goal, I think it was, for Atlanta. So if you're wondering why the Bucs last night, well, just ask their coach. These players are terrible. Go talk to them. It's not my fault. Man, I just don't know how this happens. Call it the enemy within. Steelers star pass rusher. Did you see this? TJ Watt's in a hospital today for further evaluation. Got a little discomfort in the practice facility Wednesday. His status for Monday's game is now up in question. They take on the Dolphins. He was experiencing some discomfort when he was at the facility yesterday, so we took him into the docks, and they're going through some procedures. Stayed overnight in the hospital. He has a lung situation that's being addressed. Here's what they're not telling you. The word is he went in for treatment, and they injured his lung. Watt's lung injury occurred during treatment at the team facility Wednesday, according to Adam Schefter, and so he's been hospitalized since then. Bro.
How do they injure his lung?
Whatever treatment they're giving him, somehow I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. That's why,
crazy.
That's why they're the doctors, man. But, I mean, what are we doing, boss? The enemy within. That's why I said you go into your own training table and then that happens. All right, the Cowboys holding out hope. The Eagles are, plummeting so fast. Who knows? So if you're Dallas, though, you can't afford to lose again at 6-6-1. They did get C.D. Lamb back in practice in full. He is on track to play this week. They're also trying to rally around George Pickens, who has gotten all into his feelings of late. That's Football Fix. You're welcome. We'll come back with a 10-minute drill. More of your Friday faves. It's a GFL Friday as we broadcast live from the Trinity Christian Baseball Golf Tournament out at Eagle Landing.
The DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Saturday and Sunday, we watch the games.
We're all on the same page then.
We spend Monday talking about what we saw. Sink your teeth into Dandy Foods Post-Game Monday. Makers of quality fresh sandwiches and home of the good stuff on 1010XL. Downtime with Dan is serviced by the local family-owned company for home comfort and your statewide mechanical partner for the biggest projects, Lloyd's Heating and Air.
Hey, Jaguars, what a great time to take advantage of a wide-open AFC. Listen, I can remember back this summer when we were talking about how difficult it is in the AFC to make any waves to get to, say, a Super Bowl. And the reason why was because of Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow and Josh Allen, just for starters. Well, guess what? 3 of those 4, in all likelihood, won't be in the playoffs. That makes the AFC wide open. And you don't know how young quarterbacks are going to perform in the postseason. They might elevate their game, or they might crumble. But you don't know what Bo Nix and Drake May are going to do. Listen, your time is now, Jaguars. I know it's expedited a bit, but take advantage of the opportunity that's in front of you.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Truth Teller here, and I've solved all of your holiday problems and stress. A gift card from the Blue Crab Crab House. Get this, you buy a $50 gift card, and you get an additional $15 card for free. It's that simple, and as always at the Blue Crab Crab House, the best crabs in Jacksonville, oysters and seafood, period. Blue Crab Crab House, open every day except for Monday, off of San Jose on Jewington Creek Road.
Hey, it's one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, you have children, of course you want to take care of your family. That's why I'm here to tell you about Matt Hinson and the Hinson Law Firm. Matt's the attorney, but we both want to know, have you done your will? It's something you need to do, something you need to take care of, something to get on your to-do list
But don't just leave it there. Get it done. You got to get your assets to the people that you choose. You work hard for your money. Planning helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Matt Hinson's your guy. He'll listen. He'll help you out with your decisions. He'll provide you all the info needed. It'll make all your choices easy. They're the Hinson Law Firm, and they got all the answers. If you have questions, reach out. 527-1700, 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. Gang, don't let the state decide your fate.
Life happens every day, and sometimes it gets in the way. That's why 1010XL makes it easy to listen to your favorites. If you missed it, get it on demand.
At 1010XL.com.
Channeled by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning.
I'm Frank Franzi, and I just got back from the farm at Okefenokee. Man, it's incredible. Just an hour north of Jacksonville and Folkestone. I was so impressed. It's about connecting with nature, with food, with community. And now you can own your very own handcrafted cabin tucked into a 1,000-acre regenerative farm. Everything you need is there. You'll hardly need to go grocery shopping. Learn more about all of it at okefarm.com. That's OKEfarm.com, the farm at Okefenokee.
There's no gift that's more beautiful, more versatile, and more meaningful than a beautiful piece of jewelry. And there's no better place to shop than locally owned Beard's Diamonds, where making memorable moments is our specialty. This holiday season, we've put together our most impressive selection of can't-miss gifts. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, bands for every taste and every price range. And during our 44th anniversary sale, you can save up to 44%. We've got the latest designer jewelry from names like Tacori, Veragio, Sylvie, Crown Ring, Gabriel & Company, and more. And we've got classic diamond jewelry with either lab-grown diamonds or natural diamonds. Something for any budget. Exquisite colored gemstone jewelry, solid gold fashion jewelry, pearls. Beards has the headliner gift she's dreaming about. So don't settle for impersonal service, lesser quality, or higher prices at the corporate chain stores at the town center. Come to Beards. Let our non-commissioned experts help you choose that perfect headliner gift for this holiday season. Merry Christmas from Beards Diamonds, your locally owned jeweler for 44 years. St. John's Town Center.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. And now, let's light up the Firehouse Subs 10-minute drill.
All right, we're going to kick around some of the sports headlines here in just a second. First, peel back the curtain. Overheard in the break. This happens apparently every time either Dan or I are off on a Friday, but I look at E and I say, did Hicks send his 5-pack picks in? And he goes, yeah. I go, darn it. And then he laughs. He goes, yep. He said the same thing about you. So,
every time.
Yeah, every time.
Every time.
There's always some hope that they're going to have to get to. And by the way, it's an embarrassing donut that you have to claim to. It's just like total irresponsibility if you don't get it in. So Hick has gotten closer. It's within 3 or 4 games now as I continue to just middle along, man. I have gotten backdoored, man. So whatever. So does everyone, I suppose. So the 5-pack is coming up next. Meanwhile, I'm going to combine a couple of little things. We often will do, over the course of a year, we'll do a lot of early morning. I say a lot. We'll do a handful of early morning remotes at golf courses. Okay. Couple of things. You know I love golf.
Yes.
And I also love my job. In my job, I'm on the air every day from 6 to 10. So the one thing that I'm not able to do much of is play early morning golf.
Yeah.
With the dew still on the golf course and the sun coming up.
Yeah.
And so many times when we are doing these things, at the Guggen or the Players or, this charity event or that one, I'll get a big case of golf envy about right now. It's 7:15. I look out. It'd be nice to play. The winds haven't picked up. It's nice and still. Okay. And then I'm reminded of another question that E, as he becomes a burgeoning, golfer and sports fan, will ask us these questions that, we don't even think of. So I'll answer a question that you've asked me before without me even telling you what the question is.
All right.
This is how cold I wouldn't play golf.
Okay. I'm ready to know what you asked.
Yeah.
I don't know what the question was.
If this was free, if this was a day, because he'll say, man, it'll be 45 will be there. He's like, would you play in this? I say, yeah, I'd play in this. Now, I'm talking about right now.
Yeah.
Like today is the day. We had Captain Kevin Favor on, and we said, "What about the fishing in the cold?" He goes, "You know what you do?" He goes, "Instead of going out at 6:30 in the morning when it's 40 degrees, you go out at 10:30 in the morning when it's 58 or 60."
Okay.
I'd say the same thing about golf today. Now they've got a tournament planned, and they don't golf till close to noon, I don't think.
Yeah,
so it'll be beautiful for them. But if you had early morning golf today, all I can say is, man, you should have had it noon tee time.
I always find it weird whenever I go look at golf clothes and I look at cold weather golf gear.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't need none of this.
You do.
I ain't gonna play.
Yeah.
I don't plan on playing in cold weather.
Well,
man.
okay, chilly golf clothing.
Okay, I can do that like a quarter zip.
I think probably for me, if it's sunny and no wind, you can play 40 degrees and be okay.
Mm-hmm.
You really can. That sounds surprising. But that's often not. Once the winds blow or you're not sunny and getting that ball of fire from the sky, kind of like you hogging the heater here this morning. A little similar. Hey, shout out you two.
Yeah.
I'm the one over here huddled up, freezing to death, and he's the one here by the trash can with fire in it. All right, let's hit the 10-minute drill. ET has, gone through the sports world from his perspective, and he's ready to fire off some of this morning's hot questions.
Hey, Jeffrey, did your Braves make some moves yesterday?
Yeah, they went. The Braves went and got an all-star closer, and to be honest with you, there's as much fulfillment out of this from knowing that it's a guy that the Mets really wanted. So, I'm being serious.
Yeah.
It's just so it coincides with the personal attaboy here, but with Hickman being a Mets fan, but just in general, if you're playing, your division rivals, if a signing can take on double impact, not just for the what you get, but what you keep someone else from getting, that manages it a little bit better. But look, a cynic could say, and the Braves got Robert Suarez. He's a reliever from the Padres. He had like 40 saves last year. He's been an all-star back-to-back years. They had already signed Raciel Iglesias, who is their closer, a pretty good closer too. So the 8th and 9th inning looked pretty locked up for this Atlanta team. For the most part, they're going to go with that same collection of offensive talent. It looks like the one question I would have when they signed Suarez, I said, "That's great. Does he play shortstop?" Because the shortstop position still isn't right since Dansby Swanson left. Arcia, did it with Mirrors for a year and a half, and it's an important position, and they have not filled that one yet. But, yeah, Robert Suarez, a closer, off the market, goes to the Braves yesterday. In that's a guy that, quite a few teams and contenders wanted.
That's a good move. So, Jeff, I was thinking about this. Phillip Rivers, when the last time he played?
It was January 2021.
Okay. Whenever you're – when
2020 season.
When are you eligible for the Hall of Fame? After how many?
I don't – this I know where you're going with this, so I'll skip to that part. You're eligible 5 years after your last game in the NFL. So if Phillip Rivers plays for the Colts, his Hall of Fame clock restarts. He's a finalist this year.
Yeah.
He's in the room this year.
Correct.
But if he does indeed play for the Colts – his clock resets, and he wouldn't be eligible for the Hall of Fame until 2030.
Now, do you think that could help or hurt him?
I tell you this. I respect the heck out of it from Phillip Rivers.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That your desire to have fun and play sports and hopefully play well. This isn't a move about money. This isn't a move, obviously, about legacy because he puts the Hall of Fame at least on the back burner.
Yeah.
As to helping or hurting, I don't think it can, really. This is going to be a 4-game blip at the end of his career. I think it'll mostly be forgotten.
Yeah.
Kind of like you look back. Remember when they let Jeff Saturday coach the Colts for 5 games?
Yeah. Sometimes I forget that.
Yeah, I think, because I don't expect Phillip Rivers to do anything. I mean, the game is 5 years later since he last saw it. The guys are fast. He's got that dadgum Seahawks defense coming at him right out of the gates.
Oh, my goodness.
Oof. So, yeah, but to your point, it will cost him his Hall of Fame chances for another 5 years.
Are you ready for the boxing matchup of the century? Have you heard about this?
Boxing matchup of the century?
Yes.
Well, what do we got? If it's of the century, I feel like I should have heard it.
We got Floyd Mayweather going against Mike Tyson.
Oh, no.
In Africa in 2026.
No.
Yeah, they agreed to do an exhibition.
Yeah, no.
But I'm still going to. I said the same. I'm still going to watch it.
I don't know, man. This might be it for me.
Yeah?
I don't know if I can do that one.
Why are you going to watch
I'll
that?
watch. I'll tell you why. Almost out of obligation because you feel like, man, I watch Jake Paul fight those guys.
True.
I won't watch them fight each other. They're the fighters. Tyson was so slow and lethargic in that Jake Paul fight.
Yeah.
So he didn't do anything. He didn't even try. Now, part of that may have been the deal that he had. The bottom line with these exhibitions and these old guys, the jig is up. They're not fighting.
They're not.
They're not going to hurt each other.
Pulling punches.
They don't want to. The only way that Tyson and Mayweather's a good fight is if they had a beef from somewhere and they're really ticked at each other and they just want an old man fight. But don't, go behind the scenes and, cultivate the promotion and then try and sell me this as some sort of,
Like it's a real fight.
Man, Tyson, how old will he be for that one?
Right.
Wasn't he just 58 for the one we had?
So he going to be up there, yeah.
Come on, man. There ain't no room for 60-year-old boxing. Seriously. And Mayweather ain't no spring chicken.
No, he's not.
What's he, 45
he
maybe?
got maybe 50.
Maybe?
Yeah. So, I whenever I saw that, I was like, But I don't.
Listen, I'm a sucker. I think there's room in the space for these celebrity matches. I do. I mean, I get more interested in, Jake than watch Jake Paul fight Conor McGregor. I'm as interested in that as I would be two middleweight boxers I've never heard of or two UFC guys I don't know who they are. I think that it brings that. But at the end of the day, when the bell goes ring, it's got to be a fight. You don't all meet up behind the bleachers to watch Billy and Bobby duke it out for them to get there and shake hands.
I agree.
Split money and go home.
Right. I got to be a fight.
So that one doesn't do much for me. That's going to be a tough sell for me.
Did you see that NASCAR and Michael Jordan, they came to terms?
I've let Hick handle that story, E.T., and I did see that they reached some
type of
settlement.
Right, settlement.
But I didn't read. That story never interested me. I remember weighing in on it, and a couple of NASCAR fans coming on the text line and said, I nailed it. That was enough for me, At the end of the day, man, it's not – you don't get a – I don't know how it ended. I don't care. I'm sorry. My care meter on the NASCAR – NASCAR to me, from the level of fan I am, is about big names and having the money to employ them with the best cars.
Yeah.
And all the others, I'm sorry that you don't have the name and the power and the prestige and the amount of money in cars, but that's like the Pirates suing Major League Baseball because the Dodgers win.
So the gist of it that I got from it, because I was curious to why is Jordan going after them? Whatever settlement that they came in, because Jordan spoke about it, and it sounds like it's good for everyone.
Well, here's the deal: the lesser financed NASCAR teams owe a debt of gratitude to Jordan. None of them have the money to take that forward.
Yeah.
So he did. He did stand up for the little guy and everyone who he could make the situation about his team, even though he's got as much or more money than anybody in NASCAR. But he's representing almost class action all of the other smaller teams, and whatever their bias is. What do they say? They're kind of restricting their access to things and monetizing this and that, monopolizing this or that. It sounds, something to that effect. But the story resonated so thinly with me that it was an interesting conversation when we had it. I kind of let it go.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there a future for Kirk Cousins in Atlanta?
Boy, he has not been good at all.
He hasn't.
Yeah, he was good last night. I'll tell you who Atlanta must be like, where has this been? Was Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts last night, gang, had one whopper of a football game. He had 165 yards receiving. He had 3 touchdowns. I had another one of those reviews that didn't look like he got possession and got in bounds on one of those that last touchdown to me, but they gave it to him. It stood. The one where he's kind of falling on his backside. He was kind of bobbling.
They said it stood.
They said did he get a butt cheek down? I
That's
don't know.
what it said.
Yeah. But Kyle Pitts last night with Drake London out, he really answered the bell. But to answer your question, I will say this: it was at least one little, Thursday night return to the glory days for Kirk Cousins. They protected him last night. That's what I noticed. And the Falcons also got a couple of breaks. They had some fumbles in the fourth quarter that their guys somehow came up with. Like, they had a play on the drive that cut it to 2 where Mooney fumbled at, the 10, and there were 4 bucks there. And one of those Falcon dirt-dobbing linemen torpedoed the pile and came out with that football.
That's one place I don't want to be at, is at the bottom of a pile.
It doesn't look fun. I've never been in one. I mean, outside of, Pop Warner. Right. I don't even remember. But that's a
what goes on at the bottom of
that's a bad man spot there. But back to Cousins. I think either 30 of 44 or 20 of 34 for over 300 yards last night, 3 touchdowns and no picks. So at least for one night, I look, the future there is going to have to be Michael Penix Jr. You have to figure it out. And if he's not it, by then Cousins is going to be too old. So I don't think whoever – and first things first, I'll get 2 things about last night's game, and then we'll close this up, come back with a Friday 5-pack. Sadly, Hicken has turned in his picks. First things first. Unless or until Tampa and Atlanta play again with those selected uniforms, there's not a better uniform game in the NFL than last night's Bucs Falcons throwback to me. Falcons with the black jerseys and that old red helmet, the Bucs in those creamsicle orange.
Yeah.
It kind of gave me USC, UCLA vibes. You don't see many games anymore where both teams wear the dark color.
Right, you don't.
Yeah. Usually one's in white and one's in dark. But, yeah, that's the uniform game of the year last night with the Bucs in those cream. You're not a big fan, I can tell.
I like
so
the
Yeah, so the Bucs in that creamsicle and those Falcons uniforms take me back to my childhood.
Other than the Prowlers, those Falcons, that uniform, those are my favorite.
It's
joints.
sharp.
Yeah.
It's got that one little stated Falcon on the shoulder. It's got, and I'll give you a little nuance. You're a uniform guy like me. Everything's red and black, jersey red, but they've got that one accent stripe that's gold. It's like weird. They put one on the sleeve, they put one on the helmet, and it's like a good little, it's out of nowhere.
Right, like, why is that there?
But it works. It works. So a great uniform game. So that's one. And then the second one is this. 2 teams that best by golly have new head coaches next year. 2 bad coaches. 2 terribly coached teams. They should have fired Bowles a year ago and promoted Liam Cohen.
Yeah, they missed. I mean,
Liam Cohen, it was all conjecture when he was hired, but what he has done here and taken this Jaguars offense and it's outperforming the one down there. I think there's some conclusions to be drawn there. But it's Todd Bowles' time to go. And Raheem Morris was just an awful hire, and he's been terrible for Atlanta. They are wasting some good talent. That Bijan Robinson, man.
He need to get the ball every time.
If Bijan Robinson and Jahmyr Gibbs, change uniforms, you know the difference?
Yeah.
They're like the same guy.
Same guy, right.
They got enough size and that speed, but that shiftiness, man. That Bijan will catch a ball with a defender there and just
they lined him up at receiver yesterday. He almost made a one-handed man. He is good.
They gave him a catch and then called it out of bounds. All right, that's the 10-minute drill. E will tell you what you have the chance to win. We'll come back with the Friday 5-pack. Then I have a pop quiz, and then we'll have the quarterback whisper. So we're rolling. We're live at the Eagle Landing Golf Club. It's the Trinity Christian Baseball Program's golf tournament. We're going to visit with them, and boy, some impressive numbers from Trinity Christian Baseball. We'll also visit with Daniel Murphy. His brother John coaches the Trinity Christian team. We'll do that in the 9 o'clock hour. So locked and loaded here. It's a GFL Friday on the drill.
Well, Googans, it's Friday, and I got a little something special for you. I got a $500 gift card to Beard's Diamonds in the Town Center.
What?
$500.
500?
500 of them things.
Is this like a... Is there a trick here? Is there a catch?
Ain't no trick, man. This is what we do here on the drill, man. Okay. So one lucky caller, call me right now. Well, call Aaron right now at 904-641-1010, and you might get that gift card. Holla at your boy.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
The best financial move you can make this time of year? How about lowering your mortgage rate to 4.99% fixed APR, the lowest rate in years? How about getting up to $500,000 out of your home equity in the process? You can do it now by calling Loan Pronto. Hey, it's Prosser here, and with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can get a ton of cash, pay off all those high-interest credit cards, and skip up to 2 house payments. One homeowner just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. Wiped out their credit cards and 2 car loans, saved $2,100 a month. So don't wait. No hard credit pull up front, and you probably won't even need an appraisal. Just fast, easy cash from your home's equity. Act now. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Start the new year by wiping out your high-interest debt. 904-999-1508. And you can see how much cash you can get today. That's loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, APR for well-qualified buyers. Visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Hey, gang, Hicken here this holiday. Skip the gift that gets returned. I'm going to give you the Mac Daddy idea. Give a custom pool from Surfside Pools. Oh, man. It's the ultimate present. Memories, relaxation. And if you want instant hero status, you got it. Surfside Pools handles the new builds, the custom designs, the heating, the weekly maintenance, and you get all the credit. Warning, warning, warning. May cause excessive smiles and backyard envy. Save the holidays, turn your backyard into paradise. What do? Visit surfsidepools.net. Surfsidepools.net or call them 246-2666. That's 246-2666. They're Surfside Pools. Float happy. Gift responsibly.
It's your boy, Big Sirs, All-Pro lineman and lemon pepper guy. Nothing screams game day like Wingstop. But get this, every Saturday and Sunday this football season, score big with Wingstop specials. Order a 15-piece wing pack online at wingstop.com or Wingstop app using promo code JAX10 and get $10 off. That's right, carry out or delivery. It's your call. Use online promo code JAX10 for $10 off at 50-piece wing pack. Fire up your game day order this weekend with Wingstop.
Pre-Game Friday, built by Dreamfinders Homes on 1010XL.
And that concludes the Joe C. Jack of All Trades show. Tune in next week where I'll be installing my own French drain.
Joe, wake up, man.
Hey, John, I must have dozed off.
We finished those projects you started.
Whoa, my seamless gutters are actually seamless.
And they're connected into underground PVC drain lines.
And my sprinklers. Wow, look at that coverage.
Next time, just call me first, Joe.
I will, but I ain't singing that song.
Clearwater irrigation
and drainage too.
Brackish Vodka, the spirit of the sportsman and proud partner of the Jaguars, is now available at the Fresh Market Spirits and Wine. The Fresh Market Spirits and Wine is a new adult beverage store offering spirits, wine, beer, and accessories at A1A North in Ponte Vedra, a first-of-its-kind destination for thoughtfully curated spirits, wine, and beer as only the Fresh Market can. And now, you can get Brackish Vodka at the Fresh Market. Brackish Vodka, for whatever your sport is. Proud partner of the Jaguars.
If you're looking to deck the halls, Jacksonville Flower Market off Beach and Southside has holiday decor, centerpieces, garlands, and Christmas trees. Make your day merry with 10% off your holiday purchase at Jacksonville Flower Market.
Did you know that an annual coating inspection can extend the life of your building by years? Catching early signs like hairline cracks, fading, and moisture intrusion helps prevent costly repairs down the road and keeps your property looking its best. Our team at Performance Painting helps you stay ahead of maintenance with professional inspections and long-lasting coating solutions. Protect your building, protect your budget. Go to performance-painting.com to schedule a free inspection. Performance Painting, repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting.
Tired of dealing with clogged drains? What about bad smells coming from your pipes? You need to call Duck Duck Rooter, your plumbing pros in Northeast Florida. Duck Duck Rooter can help with any plumbing issue at your home or business. DuckDuckRooter.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Friday 5-pack, tuned up by Expert Automotive on 1010XL.
Time to take the baseline for a walk, keep the symbol splashy. It's known as the Friday 5-pack. There have been many Fridays through the years where we steered you in an awesome direction. It was money-making time. Not really been the case this year. The pillow fight continues as we play down the stretch. I promise you I'm going to get back to 500. I get up there to -2 or 3 and get hammered with a couple of bad weeks. So this is where we stand. As of this week, I am on the year -7. 7 to the negative, pointing at a 5-0 this week to get back in it. Hick is -10. So I had a relatively big lead over him, but these are both so bad. All it takes is one dude go 4-1, the other go to 1-4, and they flip-flop the lead. And so since I'm the only one here out in the freezing cold temperatures of the West Side this morning, I am going to take Army +6.
All right, Jeffrey.
Army +6 is my first. The Service Academy game. Go Doc Murphy. At the same time, shout out all you Navy men, you Navy men out here on the First Coast. But
that wasn't even on Hick's list here. So with the first pick in the second pick of the Friday 5-pack, the media mogul, #Freedom Mogul, still doesn't have his Twitter.
That's too bad.
He's going with Kansas City minus 4.5 versus the Chargers.
Okay, that's Kansas City minus 5.5. 5.5.
Ah, he got 4.5.
Well, he
here.
tries to do that.
Yeah, he does.
Does that a lot. I'm not going to lie. I think he knows. He tries to throw one by him. Every game you watch, every spread you have will be different. So he's got Chiefs minus 5.5. Okay, I prefer to take a very potent underdog on the road. I'm not saying I think Detroit's going to win the game, but the Lions are getting 6 at the Rams. Detroit has to keep winning. I'm not saying they're winning, but, man, that seemed like that would keep their attention enough to keep this sucker close. Not sure I don't like the over in that game as well, but I'm going to go with the Lions plus 6.
Yeah, it's funny because you are correct because that was his next pick, and you are right because he had Detroit plus 5.5.
Yeah, see, there you go. You can't trust the guy.
So since you took that, he's going to go with the Broncos. Right here, he has plus 2.5 versus Green Bay.
Yeah, of course he does because it's actually Broncos plus 1.5. So
wow,
pretty sure. Hold on. Let me double check. What did we say? Yeah, no, it is 2.5.
Okay, Broncos plus 2.5.
My apologies.
Versus Green Bay.
Plus 2.5. Okay, I just saw. I love this one. With all due respect to the Saints and their little pop-up win last week, the Panthers have a golden opportunity. They go on the road at New Orleans and they're only given 2.5. Yeah, I will. I will take the Carolina Panthers plus 2.5.
Well, okay, I'll go ahead and scratch that off his list. For the next pick, he likes this one, and you might like. I'm willing to guarantee this is on yours as well.
All right.
He's going Jags minus 12 versus the Jets.
Okay, well, it'll be 13.5, but I would have played that. By the way, you want me playing the Jags. That's of all the mishaps in the Friday 5-pack. I haven't kept up, but when I take the Jags, they usually cover.
Correct.
Just about every time. I've taken them 4 or 5 times this year. So I like that. I think the Jags are going to run away with this game. This feels like 38-9 or 30-3. This could get out of hand, and so I will root for the Jags to cover that spread, regardless of it hurting me in the Friday 5-pack. Let's go Jags minus. That is a lot of points in the NFL, though.
It is.
Jags minus 13.5. All right. Niners are 12.5 point favorites against the Titans this week. The Seahawks are 13.5 points against the Colts. There are some big spreads around the National Football League this weekend. All right. I can't take the Falcons plus 5, huh? No, that's too bad. All right. Let's. And I do not know what to make of this game, which is probably why you shouldn't play it. All right, I'm gonna go with the Bills minus 1.5. I'm a little scared of this game. This could salt it away for New England, but I really want the Bills to win. It helps the Jags. The Patriots won in Buffalo, so they certainly have the Bills' attention. The Bills haven't given up on the division title. They're 2 games back. This would bring them within a game. Giving a 1.5 on the road, I will go ahead and take the Buffalo Bills minus 1.5.
For this next pick, Dan Hicken is going to Jerry's World.
Okay, the Dallas Cowboys are hosting the Vikings.
That is correct.
Sunday Night Football. They didn't want to flex that one for any reason.
He's going to Cowboys minus 5.5.
Okay.
Versus the Vikings.
Cowboys are certainly playing with some desperation. The Vikings kind of out of nowhere had their best game of the week, best game of the year last week. So that was a little bit strange. There are a bunch of good games on the schedule this weekend. I'll give them a chance. I like this game the other way. I'm going to take the Packers plus 2.5. I think they're a better team. I think they're still shooting for. I like these games that have good teams that both have consequence.
Mm-hmm.
I like that that dynamic, and I trust the Packers a little bit more, veteran experience in this game. And 2.5, you learn real quick in the NFL it's a bigger margin than you think. Like for instance, last night, you would have happened. I'll take the Bucs minus 2. They just got to win. Well, no, a 1-point game would have done you in. Anyway, I'm going to go opposite. I'm going to go Packers minus, what did I say it was, 2.5? Minus 2.5.
And for the final pick,
sure,
Dan Hicken went with the Washington Commanders +2 against the New York Giants.
Okay.
Washington Commanders +2.
I'm not going to lie. I hate that pick.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think they got no Jaden Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, where is that game? Must be in Washington, right?
Yeah, Washington.
It's at Washington. Yeah, that makes it. No, it's at New York.
Oh.
I don't know about that one, man.
Oh.
But anyway, who am I to say?
Oh.
I'm -7. Commanders plus. What do we say?
+2.
Plus, he gets 2.5 there. So he continues to miss, but sometimes it's an advantage and sometimes it's a disadvantage. All right, when we come back, I got a pop quiz that shows you just how outrageous the money got real quick in one sport. And so we'll do that quick. We'll get back on timing, back on schedule. We'll have the quarterback whisperer. I'll see if I can't get him to stick around for 2 segments this morning. We will have more from the Trinity Christian baseball program's golf tournament here at Eagle Landing. We're going to talk with their head coach, John Murphy. That's Daniel Murphy's brother. Murph also out here. We'll talk some baseball and some hot stove league news with that. We're also going to visit with the Gator Bowl coming up in the 9 o'clock hour, how the process played out, how Notre Dame pulling out affected everything. You know, at the end of the day, the Gator Bowl in a system that has made it so top-heavy for playoff focus ended with a 10-win ACC team and 8-4 Missouri. It's really a pretty sturdy matchup considering the top 10 or 12 teams are automatically off the board when we get to the bowl season. So a lot more ahead. Thanks for being out here with us. I'm back with a pop quiz next. We were live at Eagle Landing.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Find Florida Gators basketball on 1010XL.
It's the Orange Bowl Basketball Classic. The Gators get George Washington. Saturday at 2 on 1010XL.
It's now time for halftime trivia with Jeff Prosser. What's hiding in your air ducts right now? A, dust and allergens. B, mold spores. C, last season's popcorn. D, all of the above. If you guess D, you're right. So call Lloyd's Heating and Air for a new system and get 50% off duct cleaning. Residential and commercial. Family owned, trusted by North Florida. Dial Lloyd's Heating and Air or visit Lloyd'sHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
It's the holiday season, gang, and my friends at Beards Diamonds are stocking up like never before. You don't have to rush right in right now. It's early December, but when you're ready, Beards is more than ready. It's Jacksonville's local diamond powerhouse. No middleman pricing on exquisite diamonds. Unlike the other stores in the town center, Beards is not a Wall Street-owned jeweler. They are family-owned. Say hi to the Lupos when you go in there. They'll take great care of you by great people here in Jacksonville. And they run circles around those conglomerate stores that claim to have direct pricing. Beards beats them every day. You're wondering about lab-grown diamonds? Beards will teach you. They have natural and lab-grown. And don't forget, they're ready. Case after case of fashion jewelry, rings, earrings, bands, bracelets, colored gemstones, pearls, yellow gold. You do not need to shop anywhere else. Beards is local. They got a massive selection. They stand behind what they sell. They take care of local customers. And they're 100% accountable because they live here. Shop local, shop Beards, I say. Beards Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center.
Welcome to Rockville. Returns to Daytona International Speedway May 7th through 10th with Foo Fighters, My Chemical Romance, Guns N' Roses, and Bring Me the Horizon. Plus, Turnstile, Five Finger Death Punch, The Offspring, Breaking Benjamin, A Day to Remember, Godsmack, and so many more. Welcome to Rockville, May 7th through 10th. Passes on sale now for as low as $1 down at welcometorockville.com. Big personalities, bold opinions, lunch just got louder. Josie, Matt, and Leon are XL Prime Time from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios.
Any questions? Yeah, when's lunch?
Noon to 2 on 1010XL.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
PRP treatment is kind of the thing these days, and in many cases, it eliminates the need for surgery. This is Sheridan Tootin, and my experience with PRP from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has been nothing short of great. I'm really feeling much better now. Ask your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist doctor about PRP treatment.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Yo, it's your main man E.T. here for Twin Peaks, and this season of giving starts with getting. Twin Peaks launches their holiday bonus card event. Buy a gift card for someone on your list, and we'll hook you up with a bonus card just for you. Because giving feels great, but getting rewarded for it, even better. Share the gift of crave-worthy food, ice-cold 29-degree beers, and a good time at Twin Peaks. And treat yourself while you're at it. Twin Peaks. Eat, drink, scenic views. Bonus cards are redeemable January 1st through January 31st, 2026 at participating locations.
This bowl season, upgrade your game plan with a visit to Burlock and Barrel, Duval's first distillery dedicated solely to whiskey, right in the Brooklyn Riverside neighborhood. Stop in, see how they turn local grains into small batch whiskey, earning awards at every competition. Book a tour, settle in for a tasting, or escape the scoreboard for a bit at their full whiskey bar. Whether your team's winning or character building, at least your whiskey can be solid at Burlock and Barrel in Riverside or burlockandbarrel.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
What up, YouTube? Y'all see us?
Scrambling. I got a pop quiz for you.
Ooh.
Man, have you ever seen these? They're popular on social media where they'll do a timeline and then they'll move like, say it's the highest grossing movies of all time. And they'll start in 1950 and it'll be like Gone with the Wind. And then as they go up, certain fall, certain rise, the most viewed websites, and it's MySpace, and then it becomes this one or that one. I came across one, career earnings in PGA Tour.
Okay.
And, it started in maybe even 2000.
Okay.
And it was Tiger, and then the way things have shifted and sorted as we've gone along. But as I watched, I was really paying attention to one golfer's name who I was waiting, because, the bottom number for a long time, was like 30, 40 million. And I still didn't see this guy's name show up until I didn't see his name show up until maybe 2021 even. But I have in front of me for a pop quiz the top, let's go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You need Dan here. I wish Dan was here to help you here. I need the top 10 in career earnings on PGA Tour. This is money won on tour. This isn't, your endorsements
right.
or any of that. So like this FedEx Cup bonuses, those would count as you tack those on. So I need for you to tell me the highest grossing golfers of all time, the top 10 in career earnings.
I mean,
now I'm going to give you a hint. These are this list. I've got the top 20, 25 is dominated by current golfers because the
money's different.
The payouts have gone through
Right.
the roof. I mean, you can make one in more tournament than Jack Nicklaus made in 10 years. Man, it is cold out here, buddy.
Cold,
my
man.
toes are cold. My legs are
Right.
cold.
I'm going to start out with, of course, man, Scotty. Scotty got to be on that list, man. The way he's been
Scotty
winning these
is, this is what I watched. Like, he was down there in, like, the 30, 40 million range, and then the last few years, like, he's had $50 million a year and a $60 million, almost. Scotty Scheffler, third all-time already.
Oh, okay.
He will become the all-time leading winner this year.
Okay.
Scotty has $99,453,000 unfulfilling dollars.
Money's won on tour.
Unfulfilled, though.
What about what about our boy Rory?
Rory, who had a big year.
Uh-huh.
Won the Masters.
Mm-hmm.
Players right around the corner, by the way. Just 2 or 3 months out. That's a fun week, isn't it?
Oh, I love it.
Rory McIlroy is second all time. $107 million won playing professional golf.
Now, I got to throw his name out there, man, because he dominated for so long. I know you said this is dominated by active golfers, but where's Tiger Woods on this list?
This is how impressive it is. In an era where they gave you 1.1 for winning a tournament sometimes, where you didn't get $40 million bonus if you won the PGA Tour Player of the Year. Tiger Woods is still number one all-time tour winnings, $120 million just winning golf tournaments. What was that?
He's probably playing the music off of YouTube. So it's an ad.
I got you. Yeah, it was an ad. There we go. We're longer than Jeopardy here.
So I got one.
You got 1, 2, and 3, buddy. You're doing great. I'm impressed. Tiger 120, Rory 107. This is insane money, man. This is just the golf part. This isn't your club deal or your TV ads. This is crazy. All right, we can go to some really, really good NFL, NBA baseball players right now who have played the same amount of time as Scotty Scheffler, don't have near that amount of money.
Right.
For the easiest, the easiest pro sport in the history of man is this recreational sport they call golf.
All right. So I'm gonna reach here.
No, probably not. Go ahead.
We call somebody a check casher.
Okay.
When we play, when we do the brunch with the tour, there's somebody we reference him as the check casher.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Mr. Akshay Bhatia.
No, who?
Is that not who we call the check casher?
Xander, maybe.
Xander's. That's who the check casher. That's who it is.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Xander is 13.
Okay.
But Xander Schauffele, this is a good reference point. That guy's made $62 million. $62 million. Never come close to being number one in the world. Well, that's not true. Maybe he was. He won 2 majors one year. But $62 million for Xander. So that's outside. Here's the rest of the top 10. Then we'll get back on schedule. We'll get the quarterback whisperer in. We got Jag talk and more as we motor through this football Friday. Phil Mickelson is fourth, $96 million.
Okay.
Dustin Johnson is fifth.
DJ.
$75 million. Now, I'm assuming this is this is PGA Tour. Now, don't forget Mickelson and DJ. They went over there and grabbed another 40, 50, 100 million for LIV. But that's not on this.
That,
no.
right.
All right, so DJ, $75 million. Justin Rose, $73 million in his career. And then credit to a couple of first coasters, man. And this shows how much they won back in the day. Jim Furyk and Vijay Singh are still in the top 10. Jim Furyk is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th all-time PGA Tour, earning $71 million.
Shout out.
Vijay Singh, $71 million. And then the rest of the top 10, I was surprised Jordan Spieth not in the top 10. He's 11. Jason Day's 11. Number 9, Justin Thomas.
JT.
I'm surprised Thomas has won more than Spieth.
Okay.
But Justin Thomas is $70 million. And Adam Scott, $69 million. Number 10 in PGA Tour money, $69 million for Adam Scott.
That's a lot of money.
Wow.
Boy.
All right, it's halftime here on the big show. We're going to be talking Trinity Christian Baseball a little bit later in the morning. We're at their golf tournament out here at Oakleaf, Eagle Landing. When we come back, we're going to turn our attention back to football. Let's pick the brain of one Denny Thompson on a variety of topics, including the ever-improving Trevor Lawrence, who that was a kind of a buzz point last week in our conversation and didn't do anything to keep that conversation from continuing. So that and more as we continue along on a Football Friday. It's brought to you by GFL. That's Green for Life. Trust them for all your commercial roll-off needs.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios, Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser share the huddle with Freddie T. Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein and Robbins and Monahan Jewelers.
Fred Taylor, he's a candidate to go the distance.
On 1010 XL.
Jacksonville homes are selling, but it could take months and a low price, lower than you want to sell. It could. Doesn't have to. Getting top price means aggressive marketing, and Chad and Sandy Newman are the Jacksonville experts who've proven systems that are going to drive demand and sell your home. So if you need to sell now, Chad and Sandy get instant offers. Fast, easy, stress-free. Max price. They're going to aggressively market. And whether you're buying or selling, fast or max, Chad and Sandy have the proven plan guaranteed. How's this for a bottom line? Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they'll buy it. No required costly repairs. pick your move date, agree, and move on. Keith in Atlantic Beach. I wanted to move my parents closer. They needed a lot of help getting their home ready for sale. Finding a new one. Medical issues made things even more challenging. I called Chad and Sandy because I heard their stories on the radio. The Chad and Sandy team, compassionate and professional, and got the job done. My folks' home sold the very first weekend for $1.2 million. Call Chad and Sandy today.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party. You see that new welcome offer? Bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. I think we got to jump on this.
What's John Daly think?
I think you got to grip it and rip it.
Grip it?
And rip it.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable and bonus bets. Not a cash offer. Offered by Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Wrap up your holiday list with a little help from 1010XL's Holiday Gift Guide. Find unique gift items from Jacksonville Flower Market, Hello Smooth Med Spa, and Green Acres Sporting Goods. Start shopping and saving at 1010XL.com.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH. Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your National Builder of the Year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% in homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
Frank Frangie here. Big Chief Tire offers affordable quality tires for every type of vehicle. Whether you're looking for all-season tires, high-performance options, or something more budget-friendly, Big Chief has the perfect set to keep you rolling. Their expert technicians ensure your tires are installed quickly and safely so you can drive with confidence. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your appointment and check out their unbeatable tire deals today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
Food that's good for you can taste good too. Flame Broiler has protein-packed bowls to fuel your day. Introducing their new chicken avocado salad bowl. Made with romaine lettuce, rice, cabbage salad, and topped with a delicious house sesame dressing. It's a bowl full of goodness. Eat in, take out, or catered. Flame Broiler is easy to enjoy. Come in Monday through Sunday for happy hour, 2 to 5 p.m. for a chicken mini bowl and drink for $6.95 plus tax. 5 area Flame Broilers to serve you.
In Northeast Florida, power outages are unavoidable, but losing comfort, security, and peace of mind doesn't have to be. With a Generac home standby generator from American Electrical Contractors, your power comes back on automatically the moment an outage begins. As Jacksonville's leading and one of the longest-running Generac dealers, American Electrical Contracting has the experience you deserve. Be prepared. Protect your home and family. Protect your business. Generac standby generators from American Electrical Contractors. Call 737-7770 or online at american-electrical.com.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Honda of the Avenues. Jag General Manager James Gladstone looks for how his team will respond on Sunday.
Coming off the heels of an emotional win against a divisional opponent for the top spot in the division, what's our response?
Virginia and Missouri are set to face off in the 81st Tax Slayers Gator Bowl on December 27th at Everbank Stadium. Tune in to 1010XL for live play-by-play coverage. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
Currently, it's 43 degrees at 8:09. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, the quarterback whisperer, Denny Thompson. Activated by Tyson Sound and Security, security and automation experts, and George Moore Chevrolet.
All right, hustling back into position here. We're live out on the west side for the Trinity Christian Baseball golf tournament, so we'll be visiting with them in the 9 o'clock hour. Also going to talk to the Greg McGarity of the Gator Bowl, their matchup, and how that process played out on Sunday. The playoff field is set. Let's bring in the Whisperer, Denny Thompson, who's going to very gracefully join us for a couple of segments this morning. Good morning, Denny. How are we doing?
Good morning, man. Good morning. I didn't know there was a golf tournament today. I'd have played in it.
Well, yeah, I could have guessed that. I could have got you in. We got to touch base maybe beforehand. All right, I got a variety of topics about the quarterback position, so it should be a fun next 20 minutes or so. But let me start here with maybe a little bit of a more local impact. Give me the wave of emotions for Carson and the Miami program and how that nervous selection process played out. I'm sure it's only human nature like the rest of the world. I bet you there was a great fear that they were going to get left out when Duke when it came to championship selection Sunday. So give us a little insight into how that went down from Carson and Miami's perspective.
Yeah, interestingly enough, like the week leading up, I don't even think I talked to anybody about that, at either Miami or Carson or anybody. It's almost just like nobody said anything. I think in hindsight, I said this to Carson this week. It's like in the back of my mind, I just didn't believe that they were going to put Miami in. I don't know why, I just didn't. And so when the logo popped up, that was like such a surprise. It was exciting. But then I was down there this week, and just the excitement around there, and not just in the practice, but around the school and things like that, you can feel it. And of course, I think that team feels like they're pretty dang good, and they feel like when they're playing good, they can match up with just about anybody. So the excitement around it is cool to feel, man. It's really a neat thing. Carson just didn't want to be done playing. I mean, that's the one thing he just kept saying. It's like, I just don't want to be done. That team has that thing going on where they all just get along. They all love each other. They have fun playing. You can tell while they're playing, and they just don't want it to be over. And those teams are always dangerous.
I think they're dangerous, too, from this standpoint. The deal with Miami, they've been able through the years, for the most part, to get up for and play better in the big games. The problem with Miami is they'll turn around and lose at home to, fumble the ball away against Georgia Tech or Virginia or NC State or Louisville as it was this year. Or, they'll go on the road and lose to SMU. They drop games that keeps them from reaching their ceiling, whereas the more ceiling-ish opponents, they've played pretty well. So I'm with you. I think they're dangerous. I think their lines of scrimmage are probably top 3 of all the playoff teams. I think they have a very understated advantage at quarterback, Denny. And Carson has been through this ringer before. He's played well this year. And so that veteran quarterback, there are good quarterbacks, and we're going to touch on them in a second, but that veteran quarterback, for Miami and his experience, I'm with you. I think if you're going to take a long shot flyer, in Vegas on a champion, I think Miami is a good dark horse bet. Now, that being said, they'll have to go win at Texas A&M right out of the gate.
Yeah, well, and then their road is tough. It's Texas A&M, Ohio State, most likely Georgia before they even get to the game, right? So it's a tough road, but I love the way you describe that, Jeff, because if you think about like these SEC teams and Big Ten teams that have been dominant, they're dominant up front. They have a quarterback that knows what he's doing. They usually have a playmaker or two on the outside, which Miami has, and their defense is solid, right? And Miami's defense doesn't miss many tackles. It's hard to run against them. So I think your breakdown is dead on. It's just that road that they have to get there is very tough. But one game at a time. I think they called a break getting the 11 a.m. kickoff in College Station. I think that's a big break. So, yeah, see if you can win that first one.
Texas A&M is, they're certainly beatable. I can take from a Florida perspective playing those two games. Miami is better than Texas A&M. I don't care who's got the better record and who's higher seeded. I don't know. Miami's going to be an interesting one to watch. But to your point, I do not personally believe that they're going to beat Texas A&M, Ohio State, and Georgia in order. That sounds like a tough one to me. But we'll see. All right, it's a quarterback-dominant Heisman finalist list. 3 of the 4 are quarterbacks, and one of them couldn't be any more different from the other 2. Diego Pavia. Explain the way these 3 quarterbacks play, Mendoza, Sayin, Pavia, and what has brought each of them to New York as Heisman finalists thanks to their incredible seasons?
Yeah, I think Mendoza and Stayen are very similar quarterbacks.
I do too.
Both put the ball where they need to be on time all the time. And those two are just not going to make mistakes. Fernando, I've known since he was in high school in like ninth grade. And he's always been that way. Just when he says hut, the ball's going to go where it's supposed to go. Diego is a little bit, Diego is when I think of the Heisman, like I think of Diego. I really do. I've thought about that the other night. As much as I want Fernando to win it because that's our guy and I love him to death, Diego just makes plays, and you can't underestimate what he's done at Vanderbilt. We're talking about Vanderbilt going to a playoff. We're talking about if Vanderbilt would have gone to a playoff, you probably didn't want to see them right now. So I just think what he's been able to do, the way that he's able to make plays and affect the game, that to me is more of a Heisman type of.
It might, Denny, as you describe it that way, I agree with you. And by the way, I grew up in Middle Tennessee. The first college football game I ever went to was Vanderbilt-Tulane. The second college football game I ever went to was Vanderbilt-Maryland. I know all about what losing football looks like, okay? And so I to the point that I think Vandy 10-2 is even more impressive than Indiana going undefeated. That may not seem accurate, but Indiana in its history will throw out a 9-3. They'll throw out a 10-2. They'll do it every now and then. Vanderbilt just year in and year out outside of James Franklin, is just going to lose 8 games every year for the most part. But I was thinking about it in these terms. If Mendoza played at Vandy, I'm not sure they'd be 10-2. But at the same time, if Pavia played at Indiana, I'm not sure they'd be 13-0. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it makes all the sense. I completely understand what you're saying, and from the statistical outlook too, like. I understand Fernando only got to play in he was out a lot because they were winning games so much. But that also kind of proves the point a little bit to Diego is like this dude did this in a very deep SEC right now, and it's not like they had the easy SEC schedule. He had to go against some dudes.
Yeah.
And he showed up every single week.
Yeah, there was no sitting out fourth quarters. There were no breathers.
No.
There were no overmatched, 58-12 games, or at least not many of them. So I think we asked you this last week, and you said you would vote for Pavia. You're out and about on different campuses. Who do you think is going to win?
Man, I have no idea.
I
haven't even heard anybody really talking about the Heisman this year. Outside of the conversations we've had, it really does, man. It just kind of seems. I think the playoff has stolen a lot of the Heisman hype because we used to have that long gap before any games that mattered. Well, those are next week.
That's a fair point.
Right? So I think the playoff now has just made the Heisman just kind of a cool ceremony that marks the end of the year.
Yeah, that's a fair point. And we also and in fairness, that's in combo with Ian and I talked about this in the 6 o'clock hour. This is the first Heisman year in a while. There's been no Heisman performances. There's been no guy who really ran out. There's been no unbelievable. There's been no guys had 3 or 4 Heisman post moments. I mean, the likely winner has been by the numbers, pedestrian Mendoza. He's going to get all the credit for guiding an undefeated team to a title. There have been Heisman Trophy winners that's how they got the trophy. He won't be the first to get it that way, but it's just like poor Ashton Genty. I mean, he'd run away with that daggum thing if it were this year. And last year's a good example. Last year you got 2 guys, Travis Hunter and Ashton Genty, that are giving you these wow plays every week. As good as Indiana's been, have I seen a Fernando Mendoza wow play? I mean, I've seen Indiana high. I mean, his is the throw at Penn State. Yeah, Penn State.
Like the throw at the game.
Yeah.
That is it. But hearing you talk about that, the person that keeps popping into my head is Malachi Toney. If Miami could have figured out how to use him the way they've used him at the end of the year, if they'd have used him at the beginning of the year that way, he'd be there.
It'd be hard. It's hard as a freshman. That would have hurt him.
He's throwing, he's running, he's catching. It is pretty impressive. Now, I know a lot of people aren't watching every snap of Miami football, and that is part of the problem as well.
I'm with you on that guy, though. We're aware. The most amazing thing about the most unbelievable thing about Malachi Toney to me, watching him play, it's literally unbelievable to me that he's not related to Kadarius Toney.
Right.
Because they're like the same dude. I mean, they're the same guy, aren't they? I mean, really, really similar. College
Very
football
true.
players. All right, couple of quick college things. Mo Kiffin don't mess around. I see him just openly pining for Marcel Reed on Twitter. Like Reed had said, I don't blame Lane Kiffin. If I got $91 million for 7 years, I'd be gone too. And he said, well, you can come on down here, big boy. There's some thought that he might go after Bryce Underwood. Bryce Underwood was the number 1 recruit. He went to Michigan. We won't even get into the mess that program has become. I know Bryce Underwood, especially watching him early in the year, it didn't have a particularly great year. How did his year finish? And do you think he stays at Michigan, or there's some thought that he might be Kiffin's quarterback at LSU?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he was committed to LSU for a long time before, so there's probably some real smoke to that. I don't know, but as far as his performance, I think it was good. I think he got better as the year went on, as a freshman should. I don't know, how great they were around him. So you look at a Julian Sayin, who's, I guess he's a redshirt freshman, so it is a little bit apples and oranges, and CJ is too. Those guys have some dudes around. So I don't know. How much of that he had. But I think Bryce, the expectations were so high they were unmeetable. But I think from where you saw him at week 4 and where you saw him at week 12, much better quarterback, much closer to what we all saw in high school. And when I say all, I mean everybody that watched that kid's film was like, holy cow. So if this kid's a miss, everybody was wrong. Nobody saw it coming. But I don't think he is. I think the best thing that could have happened to him is that they would have had somebody there that challenged him and started, and he could have sat at least the first 6 or 7 games. But they didn't have it, and he had to go in there, and he learned on the fly. But I think he's going to be just fine.
All right,
he'll be a top. I think he'll be a top 15 pick at some point.
Yeah. All right. The Trevor arc keeps going in the right direction. So the latest on that one, we return with the quarterback whisper, and then on the other side of the pasture, way over there with the gray beard, I'll ask you your thoughts on Phillip Rivers and trying to come back and play like playoff contender football after a 5-year absence. If you were 30 years old and you were coming off a 5-year absence, I'd have questions. Mm-hmm. So we'll turn to the NFL side of things with Denny Thompson, the quarterback whisperer, when we return. We're live out of here at Eagle Landing Golf Club. It's the Trinity Christian Baseball Program's golf tournament. We're going to visit with their head coach, John Murphy. That's Murph's brother, Dana Murphy's brother.
Murph.
About this Denny can appreciate this from the football side of things and watching prospects. This Trinity baseball team has 9 guys signed D1.
That's crazy.
This year's team. So you want to see some good high school baseball.
How many guys on the field?
9. Yeah, right. Yeah, they probably have multiple pitchers or something. But yeah, there are 9 position players. Pitcher, catcher, and 7 position players.
Which is crazy.
They have a whole team of D1 signees by the numbers, exactly. So, but anyway, back to quarterbacks, back to the NFL, Jags, Jets, Phillip Rivers, and more with Denny Thompson when we continue on a GFL Friday.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
How does number 9 feel about number 16?
All right, here we go.
Find out when David Garrard joins Mike and Fat Tony. Mondays from 10 to noon on Jaguars Today. Restored by Resto Pros of Northeast Florida on 1010XL.
Frank Frangie here. Nimnick Buick GMC is proud to be the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Earned by treating customers with courtesy, respect, and fairness. All part of Nimnick's Treating You Right guarantee. The most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer. Nobody but Nimnick. For 3 generations, Nimnick has been the place customers keep coming back to. They treat you right, and they give a bunch back to the community. Visit NimnickBuickGMC.com today to learn more, or visit their showroom off Phillips Highway. GMC, we are professional grade.
Hey, Duval, here's your chance to be face-to-face with the Jags as they take the field on game day. Jump in the shadows and experience the Jaguars like never before. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows for your chance to be part of the action. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the 50 United States and D.C., 18 and older. Entry periods for the sweepstakes are from 8/4/25 to 12/21/25. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank, N.A. member FDIC.
Hey, Hickett here for my friends at Beaches Dermatology, reminding you to wear your sunscreen, man. That's what they want you to do, man. The Sunshine State brings some challenges out there, and if you're out there for a long time, fishing, playing golf, watching your kids play, working, man, get on a floppy hat, long sleeve dry fit with cooler temps, sunscreen if you need it. Listen, they'll take care of you. Nobody better than Dr. Boudreaux, Dr. Metz, Dr. Fader with the Mohs surgery. It's a great place. I go. Shout out to Solana Road. That's where I go. for all my skincare needs. I had a hydrofacial there. Terrific. Get your wife a hydrofacial. You'll be glad you did. Listen, but take care of that skin. And if something does show up, then go online at beachesdermatology.com. Find the best location to serve you logistically, and you'll be glad you did. They'll take care of all your skincare needs. That's beachesdermatology.com.
I'm Max Fink on your Gator Station. 1010XL is your pipeline to Gator Nation. Listen to the Gator Report all year round.
Freshened up by San Jose Collision on the home of the Florida Gators. 1010XL.
Go, Gators!
Custom Home Builders. Fed up with your electrical and low voltage companies that ghost you mid-project, sparking delays? Unreliable subs and poor electrical work that derails your schedules? Denny Thompson here for Tyson Inc., experts in seamless electrical services for your custom builds. Pre-construction planning, integration, and installation, no hassle. Your homeowners will love the new Tyson showroom. Home builders team up with Tyson for your next home building project. TysonInc.com.
Greenlaw Group is for the insured. If you think you have roof damage, call 904-302-7055 today, and they will schedule you a free roof inspection. Trust their law firm to help you fight your insurance when you need it. These storms can cause damage you may not even see yet. Call Greenlaw Group 302-7055. There's no cost to retain their law firm and no cost to have your roof inspected. They only get paid if you win. Greenlaw Group, for the insured. Give a unique gift this holiday season with a custom-made candle or body care product from Wick, a candle bar. Make your own product in the store with over 90 fragrances at Wick, a candle bar. Locations in San Marco and Jacks Beach.
If you're looking to deck the halls, Jacksonville Flower Market off Beach and Southside has holiday decor, centerpieces, garlands, and Christmas trees. Make your day merry with 10% off your holiday purchase at Jacksonville Flower Market.
Hey, it's Brent with Arcosa Crushed Concrete. If you've got concrete or asphalt rubble on your site, let me buy it from you, and I will recycle it into construction material for your future projects. Arcosa Crushed Concrete. Get paid for what you don't need.
This football season, make Hurricane Grill and Wings your game day getaway. Sip on handcrafted cocktails like the Millionaire Margarita or enjoy an ice-cold Bud Light. Game day drink specials are here all season. Find a location near you at hurricanewings.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland.
All right. Now we're careless whispering with a little bit of edge to it. Let's bring back in Denny Thompson. We're live out here on the West Side. We're here for the Trinity Christian baseball team's golf tournament. We're going to talk to their head coach, John Murphy, coming up next segment. Boy, what a team he has. I'll let him explain it. They'll start the season nationally ranked, and the Murphy boys love baseball, and what an impact they make here on the
Good
First
boys
Coast
love sports.
at a variety of levels. We'll talk with Daniel coming up at the 9 o'clock hour as well. But back to Denny. Denny, first things first, the Jets come to town 13.5-point dogs. I'm not in the business of believing in 2-touchdown spreads. I don't care what the matchup is. But the one thing that really jumps out here at me is you're down to your third-string quarterback, Brady Cook. I didn't see how he played last week. I can't imagine it was real good, but just what an advantage for the Jaguars, right? And not that the Jets quarterback situation was real good to begin with.
Yeah, no, the Jags are one of those teams right now, man, that they just when they have an identity, when they get on the football field, you kind of know what this thing is going to look like. And so those are the teams that in these type of games I feel like cover those types of spreads. You know what I mean? I'm not a gambler. Don't take gambling advice. But when I look at the way the Jags play, their style of play, the way they're playing defense, the fact that they've got a third-string quarterback who's going to probably has never seen a lot of the things the Jags are going to pull out at him, I think – and this team seems like the kind that just handles business right now. I've got an odd amount of faith and confidence in a team in a franchise that I shouldn't have it in. So it's just, I think we all see what we see. We see Trevor the way he's playing, and I think it's real, man. I think they've found something. They found an identity, and they're playing with a ton of passion behind it.
No, Denny, no quarterbacks are perfect, right? Now, when you're a struggling quarterback, you get every single miss gets, analyzed. That's just it's part of the position. It's not fair or unfair. It's just a reality of it. But what we've seen the last couple of weeks, is it here for good? I mean, the one thing that I will say, while the fan base loses their mind and confidence with every mistake that Trevor makes along the way, he seems immune to it. I mean, what he did in the playoff game, what he did at Arizona, he's found a way. But now it looks like we're adding some confidence in him. That's just what it feels like. You feel some confidence in that pocket when he goes back that we weren't feeling early. So tell me if you feel that too and why that's happening.
Yes, 100% feel that. I think that's a great way to put it. When I said identity, that identity right now offensively, I think, runs through Trevor. And that doesn't mean that he's throwing for 350 yards. That means that he's making plays, whether it's with his legs or whether it's a rollout left that he's just shooting one on a comeback to. He's just making the plays when it needs to be made. Their run game is solid. The one question I think everybody has is just, the consistency of the offensive line. We've seen a couple of games where Trevor's been hit. But to your point, it's not like last year. Trevor's taken a drop, and he looks feet in the ground, steady, confident back there, which I think is a huge testament to the confidence that he has in that offensive line and in the play calling. He understands what they're trying to accomplish.
I've tried to express something, and I don't think I've communicated it right because it's been met with blank stares when I've tried to make the point. So I'm going to try and verbalize it again one more time. I feel like the coaches encouraging / empowering Trevor to, when things get rough in that pocket, go get positive yards, right? Now, that's a separate thing. But, we've seen him scramble out of trouble in the pocket where he may have gotten discombobulated in the past. I think that has now gone to step 2 of that process. Now, when he gets in that pocket and it starts to get hectic, he's not seizing up and drifting into more pressure. He's making that first instinctual escape move. And now the option isn't just take off running and get 6 yards. Now he's adding a second layer of keeping the play alive and floating down the line of scrimmage and making a play through the air. So I think I feel that Trevor's willingness to use his legs first showed up in positive plays and run yards, but I think now there's a little bit can be extrapolated from that ability to initially escape. Is resetting a little bit more that I'm not sure we've seen him do a lot in his career. Is that on point?
Yeah. No, I think so. I think it goes hand in hand with what I was just saying too. Is I think that confidence of if I have to make my first movement, that doesn't mean that my other 4 offensive
plays are over. Right.
Out here. Right.
Yeah.
Right. So he's always I remember watching his film at Clemson, and even his first couple of years here, he was very good with the subtle pocket movement.
Okay.
And then I think just the hit after hit after hit kind of took that away. But now to your point, you see that now, and I think that's a byproduct of 3 things. One, he's seen a lot now in the NFL. And that you and I have been on the same page on this. You never want to get rid of a quarterback till you know he's done, because you can't replace the reps that Trevor has seen. He's continuing to get better, right? So he's seen more. He's got more confidence in that offensive line. But I think the play calling is a big deal here too. I think he is on the same page. The play calls make sense. He's probably a little bit more involved in those play calls. I don't know. I'm just taking a guess on that. We all see the energy that Liam brings, and, you see the energy that the two of them have together. I think that matters, and I think they're pouring confidence into him, and they have told him this is your team, and however you go, we go, and he's responded well. So I'm excited. I think he's kind of crossed up. Now, he still hasn't thrown, he hasn't had a 350-yard 4-tutty game, but that's not what this offense is.
Yeah,
and
it's not what it's needed to be. It's not what it's needed to be.
That's right.
The games where they've trailed and they're getting killed, or the games that, for the stat, obsessed. Those are the games he's had numbers. Rams, Seahawks, but those were the worst games for the team. But you look 278, one of his best games, really statistically, have come in what didn't look to the eye test like it were his best games. All right, one last question for you, Denny. Appreciate you going overtime with me. Who will be the quarterback for the Colts when the Jaguars visit there in 2 weeks?
Oh my gosh, that's such a good question. This Phillip Rivers thing is so wild to me. I don't understand it. It makes zero sense. I just don't get it at all. I mean, you just go look at some of the guys still looking for jobs. You know, even like locally here, Austin Reed, and you know, Matt Corral, and you go on and on and on and on. Kyle Trask, I think, is on a practice squad.
Just try something other than 45-year-old, yeah.
Right. And then I saw the video, and listen, I love Phillip Rivers, and I know between the ears, he's probably as elite as they come. But I'm also 49 years old, and I remember what it was like to be 44 years old, and he don't look much different at 44 than I did.
He looks like my boy looks like he's had some boiled peanuts on the front porch. That face does not look like the same face that left the league. I'm not gonna lie. He got some jowls.
Right. Now, I'm here for it. I would love to see him go home. I'd love to see him get in there and throw for 300. I would love to, but I don't know. I mean, I hope Anthony comes back around. I don't know where he's at, you know, in getting cleared and coming back and all that kind of stuff, but it's a weird move. Even, and I know we're not indie radio, but Sam Ehlinger was there forever, and he's with the Broncos now. Like, I mean, you've got a good enough team. Make a trade. I mean, you really have a chance to make the playoffs here. It's just a bizarre signing.
Well, you got the trade deadline would kill that thought, but to your point of your point of finding somebody young, there's got to be. And by the way, when you do that, maybe you catch the next best thing that no one is. You know, that also happens. You go get a guy off for practice while he gets a chance. You're like, well, damn, why wasn't that guy playing? So you're not going to get that.
Because their QB situation long term has not been solved, has it? I mean, are they convinced that Daniel Jones is the dude long term there?
I mean, that would be a mistake if they were, but they've kind of given off that vibe a little bit. I don't know. It is a mess.
Right.
As you're well aware, they
to your point, like I would use this as a tryout. Absolutely.
Right. Go find some guys. Sure. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. All right, Denny.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Have a great weekend, friend. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, boys.
All right, there he goes. That's Denny Thompson, the quarterback whisperer. A good, solid 30 minutes of football talk there. We are at the Trinity Christian Baseball Program's golf tournament. We're going to visit with their head coach when we return. It's a GFL Friday on 1010XL.
I used to dread going to the dentist. Every visit felt like a sales pitch with constant upselling, surprise fees on my bill, and I could never get in when I needed to. But Harbor Dental Care? Totally different. They saw me the next day, gave me honest pricing up front, and even set me up with a payment plan I could actually afford. No pressure, no surprise charges, just kind people who get it. If you want to experience dentistry the way it should be, book your appointment today at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
Pre-Game Friday.
Built by Dreamfinders Homes.
On 1010XL.
All right, listen, there's one thing I know about people. I know people. We all like to save money where we can, and particularly save a little cash at the pump, and you can do that when you become a new member of the Shell Fuel Rewards Program. In fact, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Here's the 1, 2, 3 offer. Save 10 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, 20 cents per gallon on your second, and then 30 cents per gallon on your third. Get everyday savings afterwards. At Shell, members get more rewards, savings, and special offers, so sign up for the Fuel Rewards Program today. Offer valid through 12/31/26 at participating Shell locations. Must be redeemed within 60 days of registration. Limit 20 gallons. Restrictions do apply.
The 12 Days of Christmas is back and better than ever at Best Bet. From December 12th to the 23rd, Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine are lighting up the tables with our much-anticipated High Hands promotion, giving away over $250,000 in cash. The excitement continues to grow each day, starting at $1,200 and climbing up to $2,300 every hour. See all the exciting details at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Here's hoping for a Raise the Roof football season. And here's knowing Next Gen Roofing is up for any job. Game day or storm season, you need a team you can trust. And you know what? You don't need a glitzy roofing company. No shortcuts, no gimmicks, no nonsense. Solid roofs at competitive prices and a commitment to the First Coast community. Right now, save up to $300 on your next roof replacement. When you need a roof, you need Next Gen Roofing. Team with you, it's a win every time.
Checkmate. I'm Brendan Cecilia, founder of Checkmate Coatings.
And I'm Chester, adorable mascot for Checkmate Coatings.
If you're thinking of refinishing your garage floor, there's 2 things you need to know about us. My family has been in the concrete coatings industry for more than 40 years.
And I was drawn 6 months ago by an artist in New Jersey.
Why is that even relevant?
Well, you said 40 years experience, so I had to give them something.
Over the years, we've worked closely with major manufacturers to develop a multi-layer application process that creates beautiful, durable, and long-lasting floors.
So even decades from now, your garage floor will look as gorgeous as it did the day it was installed.
Experience?
Check. Durable?
Check. Decades of experience making garage floors gorgeous? Checkmate.
Transforming your floors, making them great. Checkmate.
Visit checkmatecoatings.com. That's checkmatecoatings.com.
Local 234 plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians would like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and thank you to all the members and contractors for their continued support and partnership. Together, they've helped build a stronger foundation for Jacksonville since 1901. Enjoy spending time with your friends and families this holiday season. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Local 234, make the right connection. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
Yep. Oh. All right, we are back here. We are live at the Eagle Landing Golf Club. We've been here since, before sunup. It was, I think, 18 degrees when we arrived. We've now blistered that thermometer. We got to be up to at least like 40, 41 degrees by now. So John Murphy, the head coach of Trinity Christian Baseball, and we'll get more into what a star-studded, talent-loaded team that is. But I got to question your timing as you picked the first year to introduce this Trinity Christian Baseball tournament. You're going to have the boys out there and, sub-freezing temps. It'll warm up by noon.
It will warm up by noon. We plan that out, or you can just pull ET's move and stand by the fire the whole time. The
whole time. You see how he set that up, too, by the way. He's had me sitting here shivering all morning, and he's got this Olympic flame over here that's working perfect. All right, well, listen, first things first, why the golf tournament?
This is the opportunity for us to fundraise, so we're actually kind of on the completion of a project right now. Over the last 10 to 12 years, it's been around a $3 million project for our facility, and so this is just continuing that fundraiser for us, and it's an opportunity for us. It's our kind of alumni weekend, so we have an alumni baseball game tomorrow that we're going to have, and so we invite alumni to come out today and play some golf and get together and really just celebrate the history of Trinity's program and what they've been able to accomplish over all these years. And so we're just excited to be able to really kind of have a celebration weekend.
E.T., I tell you, a fun place to go would be wherever the marker is for the long drive contest. There are going to be some boys hit some long.
They're going to be booming that thing.
Yeah,
today.
You got these young baseball players and those swings.
Yeah.
Somebody going to hit one about 360 today. That's my early prediction. Now, look, how long you been? We said you came to. You started in 20.
20 was my first year, so I think this will be my 7th baseball season.
Okay, and for folks that don't know, John Murphy is Daniel Murphy's brother, so we've got a baseball family here. Have you known you?
Oh, that's not Daniel Murphy?
Yeah, they look alike, too. Yeah. They do. It probably gets old, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't get old. I tell people I think I'm a little better looking. He just was a better hitter.
Okay.
So that's
all right. All right. Now I won't weigh in on either one of those. Coaching, has it come natural for you? I mean, if you go to year 6 or 7, it feels like it's hit a sweet spot for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I've always loved coaching. They say those that can't do teach. So I was just an okay hitter whenever I played and an okay player. But I really loved getting to learn the game and coach the game. Even as a player, I always loved talking shop with the other guys and trying to figure things out. And especially being around a lot of talented guys, I always felt like there was opportunities to maybe help them get better, even as a player, doing some things that I wasn't able to do. And so that was cool to see. And so I always had a heart for that, and then a heart for building relationships with young men. Ultimately, I feel like it's what God's called me to do. And so I feel right at home out on the baseball field coaching.
You have a loaded team. I saw that you have 9 Division I signees, and the quick math, there are 9 positions on a baseball field. So, John, are we literally to a situation here where you could trot out 9 D1 signees for your season opener? And who is that poor opponent? I would ask.
Yeah, we're getting pretty close to that. Got a couple guys that are POs, so we're close to be
pitchers
able to
only. PO, pitcher only.
Pitcher only.
I needed that.
Okay. We don't have many of them. But, yeah, we're playing Swanee. First game, who has a really good ball club this year. They're a year younger than us, so they got some juniors that are really good players. They've got a Florida commit behind the plate as well, but they're a great team. They're going to give us everything we can handle. And the fun thing about baseball is anybody can win on any given day, right?
For sure.
So you put this team on paper, and you're thinking, my goodness, they're going to run through everybody. And high school baseball does not work that way. And that's what makes it fun, though. And the boys have to show up, and they've got to engage every game, or on any night, any team can beat us. And we've experienced that.
You have kind of put together what ends up being like a mentality of how you coach an all-star team, and it's different from the standpoint. I'm sure there's some challenges and there's some bonuses to have a team full of D1s. I mean, it comes to stacking them and where you play them, and there's a lot going on there. It's not just, oh, wow, look at all this talent, let's go.
Absolutely, and I think that's a culture thing, right? And these guys have created such a phenomenal culture of the way that they care about each other, the way that they love each other well, and so because of that culture, there's not a lot of ego in that locker room, and there very easily could be, right?
Yeah.
Because they're all going to these big-time schools. Why am I not hitting third? Why am I not doing this? And that's just not who they are. Honestly, they just want to win really bad, and they care a lot about each other. And so that, to me, is what's been as enjoyable. The talent's awesome, but you just got kids that really care a lot about each other and care about winning. That makes it fun to come to the ballpark every day.
Now, listen, when you have those kinds of standards and you've had the success you have, I mean, for your kids, it's like state or bust, right? I mean, and it is what it is. You can't shy away from these things, especially with today's generation. They're always looking at the ultimate goal, and it sounds like you got a pretty measured, level-headed baseball team. But I mean, that's the goal, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what the guys are shooting for. Yeah, we lost in the state championship game last year, and so I think our guys feel like they've got some unfinished business on that. But as cliche as it is, it starts with the first pitch, right? The first practice that we've gotten, and so it's one pitch at a time throughout the year. That'll take care of itself at the end. We've really got to take care of today, first.
Kind of like the Jags and Jets.
The Jags and Jets, right? You start looking forward, and all of a sudden you get clipped. And
all right, now listen, but before we let you go, you got a buddy who's getting married, and part of the weekend, partying and the bachelor party, y'all went down to the Bucs game last night, Bucs and Falcons, which, as timing had it, that makes for a quick turnaround for you. But that's a perfect example of you don't take anything for granted.
Oh, man.
Right? The Bucs 2 weeks in a row have given it away.
I'm a Jags fan, but there were some angry Bucs fans there last night. Let me tell you, they were not happy walking out of that stadium. Understandably so. Did you see – I don't want to go off topic. Did you see Bowles' press conference afterwards? We listened to it on the way back.
Yes.
It felt like a one-on-one on how to get fired. Not to
you can't throw it all on the players, even if it is. Listen, it didn't serve Doug Peterson well last year. Remember, he kind of went to the players got to make plays card. That doesn't age well when it gets down to the end. And so, yeah, I think if you blow a 14-point fourth quarter lead, it can't go on just either one side. Yeah, the players got to make plays, but man, that's tough to look a team in the eye after you make those comments last night, isn't it?
It's tough. I can tell you this. With our team this year, if and when we lose at some point, it will be my fault.
Good.
Okay, 100%, because we have a ton of talent, so it's pretty obvious.
That's what it's supposed to be.
And that's what it is, right? I mean, we didn't prepare them well enough. And so, yeah, that was tough to hear on the way home as we were listening to the press conference.
Tampa must be wondering if they should have just fired Todd Bowles and hired Liam Cohen last year.
I'm thankful they didn't.
Right, so am I. Oh. All right, man. Hey, I appreciate you having us out. We're at the Trinity Christian Baseball Golf Tournament. Fundraiser for them, and it'll be a fundraiser, FUN, as they get started on a baseball team loaded with talent. We wish you the best of luck, and we'll be tracking you along the way for sure, and we'll talk some more as we finish up the show here for the last hour or so. Your brother, we're going to pick his brain on some MLB stuff and more, so a day in the sun is going to be beautiful for you when you get here at noon.
Absolutely. And thank you guys so much again for coming out. This is awesome. We really appreciate it.
It's good to see you.
Yes.
Good to see you. Continued success. All right, we're going to send it back to studio. We'll be back with more. It's a GFL Friday on 1010XL.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios, the Jets fly into the First Coast, and Trevor's in charge of in-flight entertainment. Who'll win the air battle at the bank? Duval's determined to keep New York grounded.
This is your captain speaking. Better fasten your seatbelt. We're expecting turbulence.
It's turbulence and touchdowns. Jaguars, Jets, Sunday at 1 on the home of the Jaguars. 1010XL. 10XL.
When it comes to glass, you don't want average. You want flawless. Duval Glass and Mirror has transformed homes and businesses across Jacksonville for over 35 years. Frameless showers that wow, mirrors cut exactly to your style, fogged or broken glass replaced, decorative tabletops, windows replaced or repaired to stand up to Florida storms. All backed by a 100% guarantee. Visit DuvalGlass.com for your free quote. There's only one name for glass and mirror around these parts. It's Duval.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Jags fans, arrive on time. The smartest way to get to the bank on game day is the JTA's Game Day Express, sponsored by the Jacksonville Zoo and Gardens. There are 5 pickup locations. Get your $10 pass on the MyJTA mobile app. Visit jtafla.com for details.
Tom McManus buckles his chin strap as he joins Lauren Brooks and Taylor Dahl.
I just love a man in uniform.
Helmets and heels. Afternoons 2 to 4. Served by Queen Law Group on 1010XL.
Ladies and gentlemen, boaters and landlubbers, friends, four-legged and two, this is Lisa the Botanista with a huge announcement. Freedom Boat Club is opening a brand new 4th location. That's right, Freedom Boat Club St. Augustine Shipyard is now open. Now members can enjoy unlimited access at Julington Creek, Jacksonville Beach, St. Augustine Comanche Cove, and St. Augustine Shipyard. Freedom Boat Club members also enjoy reciprocal access to over 400 locations across the world. There's never been a better time to join. We are offering our biggest discount ever to celebrate our brand new location. We own and maintain an entire fleet of boats. Join the club, and as often as you like, you can do water sports, inshore fishing, offshore fishing, sandbar hopping, dining on the water, or just cruising around town. Visit us at the St. Augustine Shipyard or stop by any of our locations to see what the Boat-Cierge experience is all about. Visit us at freedomboatclub.com.
Need some extra cash for the holidays? Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach is always looking to buy guns, guitars, surfboards, tools, and you know it, gold. Get cash today at Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach.
Your home deserves more than just another coat of paint. It deserves quality that lasts. At First Coast Paint, you'll find premium Benjamin Moore products, trusted advice, and the local experts who help you get it right the first time. Whether it's your living room, your porch, or your whole house, First Coast Paint brings your paint project to life. Stores in St. John's and St. Augustine. One name Jacksonville trusts. Mention 1010XL for 10% off. First Coast Paint. Simply superior paint.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey ham, melted cheddar and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
This is your Duval Minute. Brought to you by Lift Power, your turnkey solution for all warehouse needs.
Hey, this town has been starved for a winner for a long, long time. And I know we had 2022, but if you think about it, the Jags, after they beat the Jets, and they will have 10 victories. We've only had 10 wins 7 times. That will be the 7th time in the franchise's history. That history is 31 years. What I'm trying to tell you is we got 4 games left and then some. Enjoy this ride, gang. Jump in. Get on board. The train is pulling out of the station, and all Jag fans need to be on it. And that's your Duval Minute. Brought to you by Lift Power. Lift Power always on the look for experienced lift truck and dock and door technicians. Benefits from Lift Power 401k, company vehicle, paid training, sign-on bonus. Lift Power voted one of the best places to work year in and year out. That's why. Lift Power rapidly growing. That's why. Lift Power proudly serving Jacksonville for more than 50 years. Scream stability. That's why. Lift Power, family owned and operated. Listen, you're thinking about a career change? Learn more. LiftPower.com. That's LiftPower.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
All right, we're back on a GFL Friday. We're live at Eagle Landing. It's the Trinity Christian Baseball Program baseball tournament. More with those guys and their high expectation to team as we move along. You heard, I was visiting with John Murphy. You heard him reference Todd Bowles' comments after the game last night. The Bucs blew a 14-point fourth quarter lead, gave up 15 unanswered and 16 unanswered in the last 9 minutes of the game. Plenty of blame to go around. If you lose a fourth quarter game, there is plenty of blame. Shoot, we know that feeling. We had a 19-point lead in the fourth at Houston. We lost the game, and you know what we never landed on? We didn't land on it's strictly the players or strictly the coaches. It's everyone. No one should know that better than a head coach. What Todd Bowles did and said last night was way out of bounds. And the more I sit and think about it, the more I'm sure about that. You're a head coach, man. If you've got that to say to them, then you say it to them in the locker room this morning. You don't go in front of the media and put it all on the players. Hey, buddy, I'm sure you passed at least one mirror on the way to the podium. You should have taken a glance. Just a glance. But to just absolutely, you ready? You don't make excuses, he said in his press conference. You got to bleep and care enough where the bleep hurts. It's got to bleep and mean something to you. It's more than a job. It's your bleeping livelihood. How well do you know your job? How well can you do your job? You can't sugarcoat that bleep. So that's a pretty big insinuation to put on the entirety of your football team that they don't give a care. So there are plenty of ways to stop a 14-point collapse, and many of those ways also involve the coaching staff. Just so shout out to Coach Bowles that, you know, it's not – you can't have it all one way, right? And to blame your players is – I think it was well said, you know, by John. It's like you're trying to get fired.
Uh-huh. He definitely should have took more blame. He should have took more blame because, like, with Liam, every time if Liam does something or if a play call, he always that was my fault. I shouldn't have called that play. It looked like he was trying to get fired last night.
Yeah, again, it's bad enough. And by the way, you're still in the playoff hunt here. You're still a favorite to make the postseason. It's not like that was the last game and you're done. All I'll do is I'll remind you that Doug Peterson went to the blame the players card last year, and I think he even had some, you know, he had some validity to what he was saying. Look, Liam Cohen could have done that this year.
Yep.
He's calling a play. They're dropping balls.
Many times.
They're doing penalties. But what he did, what we hear, is he calls Trevor and Josh Allen and those boys into his office. It tells them you got to play better. And does that, that filter out eventually? Yeah, it did. It filtered out eventually. But that's how you handle it. Mm-hmm. You don't lose 5 out of 6 and then go, on a nationally televised post-game interview and blame everybody but yourself and particularly your own team. Where are you on John Gruden?
I don't know.
Out of sight, out of mind?
Yeah,
would he
definitely.
work? There are Michigan people that would be okay. Like,
really?
You felt down here like no Gator or Elliott. Nobody wanted John Gruden. You didn't want him in the – well, maybe some people wanted John Gruden. In fact, some predicted him. But I don't think that there was ever any sort of groundswell for John Gruden down here, right?
Correct.
Well – Michigan may be a little bit different. As you know, the dude from Barstool is a big Michigan backer. In fact, I think he contributed to the NIL for Bryce Underwood, their quarterback they'll try and retain. But he put out his little wish list, and as a guy who carries a little bit of clout and some cash with the program, he said, and this is my short list. This is Dave Portnoy. Gruden, Saban, Lanning, Jeff Monken, the guy we mentioned yesterday. Clark Lee, Kenny Dillingham, and Deion Sanders. And this is why you don't let media guys do your coaching search. Saban ain't coaching. Lanning is not leaving Oregon. Jeff Monken, I'm okay with. Do you want Deion Sanders? He just went back to 3-9.
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
I don't know. I'm a little biased.
But he's coached 3 years.
Correct.
He's had 2 really, really bad years.
Yeah.
And once Shedeur and Travis Hunter left, they were terrible.
Right.
I'm not saying he's a bad coach. I don't know. But I don't know if that would be included in my short list. So anyway, does John Gruden get back into the guy wants to coach.
He does.
I mean, he's on record saying, he wants to do, a variety of, he's a variety of jobs that he has commented on. Okay, we need to take a quick break. Come back. We've got the Gator Bowl on hold. We'll talk to Greg McGarity, how the whole process just shook out. And not to be dismissed, we got a 10-win Virginia team and a 8-4 Missouri that has been a very, very solid SEC program. So,
do we get
nasty? Well, I mean, that's up to you. I mean,
we got Gator Bowl coming on.
We are at an event where Christian is in the title.
I didn't even think about it.
Listening to The Drill. It's a GFL Friday.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
That's why we give you Pre-Game Friday. Get the news, notes, and inside stuff you need to get ready for game day.
You like that?
built by Dreamfinders Homes on 1010XL.
Hey, Hickett here for my friends at ITP Partners. We're facing interesting economic times, right? Dow goes up, Dow goes down, Dow goes up, Dow goes down. Tariffs, I can't make sense of it, but my guys at ITP Partners can. Jacksonville folks taking care of my Jacksonville money, and that is a comforting thing. It's the experience, it's the expertise, it's the knowledge, and it's the openness of Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Janice Cobb, Reed Wingate. They're always there for me, right? Always there for me. And listen, 3 generations of Hickens have invested at ITP Partners, and they listen, and they give us each individualized strategies where our goals become their priority. It's a great time to get in the game. ITP Partners are always there to help. Chris at ITPPartners.com, easy to get a hold of, or call 312-9751, 312-9751. They're ITP Partners. They're my financial partners for life.
Thank you for calling the Holiday Gift Hotline. Press 1 to make up for what you gave her last year. Press 2 for saying that about her mother. Press 3 for noticing the cute neighbor. For all of the above, you're better off hanging up and going straight to Beard's Diamonds.
Happy holidays from Beard's Diamonds, your destination for that perfect gift that's sure to make up for all your shortcomings this year. Show your love with a dazzling new bracelet or pendant, or eternity band, or a pair of stunning diamond earrings. Beard's Diamonds has the largest selection in Jacksonville at the guaranteed best value prices. Colored gemstone jewelry, all the latest designer fashion jewelry, and right now, during our anniversary event, you save up to 44% store-wide. And remember this, Beard's is not a big corporate chain like all the others in the town center. Beard's is a Jacksonville original, built by local people, serving local people. Come experience the magic of the season with a gift that's sure to bring a smile and a tear. Make this the best Christmas ever with help from Beard's Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center.
It's your boy Big Sirs, All-Pro lineman, and your lemon pepper guy. Let the screams game day like Wingstop. But get this, every Saturday and Sunday this football season, score big with Wingstop's special deal. Order a 75-piece wing pack online at wingstop.com or the Wingstop app using promo code JAX15. And that's $15 off. Carry out or delivery, it's your call. Use online promo JAX15 or $15 off a 75-piece wing pack. Fire up your game day order this weekend with Wingstop.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On December 12, 2024, 6-time Super Bowl winning coach Bill Belichick is introduced as the next head coach at the University of North Carolina.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Dr. Kevin Kaplan, team physician for the Jaguars and proud member of Jacksonville's newest orthopedic dream team. At Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville, we brought together 10 board-certified fellowship-trained surgeons, each one a specialist in their field, all working together to deliver smarter, faster care with better results. From sports injuries to joint replacements, we've got the right player for every position. Visit osjax.com and meet your team. That's osjax.com.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Protect what matters most with Liberty Safes. Trusted, secure, and made in America. See them at Noel's Lock and Safe, North Florida's largest safe dealer, where sales, delivery, and installation are all under one roof. Visit the showroom on Blanding Boulevard or go to libertysafesofnorthflorida.com.
If you're looking to deck the halls, Jacksonville Flower Market off Beach and Southside has holiday decor, centerpieces, garlands, and Christmas trees. Make your day merry with 10% off your holiday purchase at Jacksonville Flower Market.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH, Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your National Builder of the Year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% and homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
When the unexpected happens, you shouldn't have to face it alone. I'm Chris Campione, and at Campione Law, we're here to fight for you. Whether it's an auto accident or a slip and fall, our Jacksonville team takes care of every detail, from investigating the incident to securing multi-million-dollar verdicts, so you can focus on getting better. And remember, you don't pay a dime unless we win your case. Our commitment is 24/7, bringing you the real support from real people who really care. Campione Law, your dedicated partners in justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione, Campione Law.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by FSB DC at the University of North Florida. VP Tony Baselli, appearing on JAG HQ, says the team has worked for this.
Good thing is we control our own destiny.
JTA Game Day Express is back as the Jags battle the Jets this Sunday. Let JTA drive you. Passes start at just $10 on the MyJTA app. Details at jtafla.com. At your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, I'm Sam Nelson.
Currently, it's 9:05 at 48 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
All right, we're back. It's time for the 9 o'clock hour. We're going to talk a little Gator Bowl, a fascinating way the whole process plays out. And we've been lucky enough to have Greg McGarity and Andy King along with us throughout the journey up until Selection Sunday. And we bring in Greg McGarity right now, the czar of the Gator Bowl. I'll put it on. Greg, good morning, friend. Nice to have you.
Jim, thanks so much for having us. You bet.
You bet. Listen, first things first, I'll say this. Or I'll ask this: How much has the selection process changed from the standpoint of the playoff, like, hurting a team's feelings, so they're not even going to do a bowl, and then, the fallout from that, and then you get to other teams. I'm just, I can't help but wonder if you guys are moving along thinking you've got something, and then the last second, not just you, but bowl, and then last second you've got something different. Just the challenges, if that's the right word of that.
This year, Jeff, was the most unusual ever because we were all preset pretty much Friday and Saturday on the picks with all scenarios. If Notre Dame was not in the playoff, if Miami wasn't in the playoff, if Alabama wasn't in the playoff. So Sunday was really just a formality because you only had 5 SEC teams up. If Alabama had dropped out of the college football playoff, they would have ended up here.
Wow.
Now, if with Miami was coming here for sure if they lost. They were definitely going to play. So we were set to where it was either going to be Georgia Tech or Miami in our game.
Yeah.
And then it became pick time, and Orlando picked Notre Dame, and so the call was made, well, can you check with them and make sure they're going to play? And about an hour later, they came back and said, they're not playing. So that threw everything in disarray. So at that point in time, Orlando picked Tech, and then we had Virginia or one of the 8-win teams, and for that it was really kind of a no-brainer. But you're really kind of you're really told who you're going to have, but you're sort of backed into a corner like we were in the SEC as well.
Listen. There's worse things to settle for. The ACC has a grand total of 2 10-win teams this year, and Miami gets a lot of that attention, rightly so, going to the playoff. But Virginia, a 10-win football team. I mean, when you start the year with a goal to bring in the best, most talented teams you can for a bowl game, don't be too not you, but sports fan, don't be too judgmental about a 10-2 matchup with 8-4 Missouri, a Missouri team that's been top half of the SEC for really since Drinkwitz has been there. So it sounds like it was a little bit helter-skelter in landing there, and I know it's not exactly what you guys had, mapped out for yourself, but all things considered, there are a lot of other bowls that ended up in worse situations.
Well, there's no question. The good thing is, Jeff, we've got 2 teams that really want to be here. I mean, they are so excited to be here. Virginia's got a chance to win 11 games for the first time ever in the history of their school. In Missouri, Eli is so excited about playing this game not only to get 9 wins, which would be the first time they've had 9 wins or more in 3 consecutive seasons. So there's something on the table. But above all, these kids just love to play football, and they just want to play one more time with their guys. And so I think it's just so refreshing to have teams that want to be here, that aren't complaining about not being in or these things like that. They're all moving forward, and they're so happy to be here in Jacksonville and play here against each other.
What kind of beds and heads heads and beds projection do you have with these programs? That's the one thing that, I wondered about Missouri's ability to get a ton of people here, or Virginia too, for that matter, because I know that's part of your strategy, obviously, is to get the most people in town as you can.
Yeah. Well, last year, just for instance, the economic impact of the city was really tremendous as far as not only the advertising that is gained on television, but also just in hotels. I mean, it's exceeding $5 million in heads and beds. And, when you don't have teams that can drive, that sort of hampers some people with attendance. But we'll know a lot more after this weekend. But we feel like that it's going to be a respectable crowd. I think these two coaches are really promoting the game, which is really good and very pleasing to us.
It's not easy to get two teams that are on point for their bowl games, and that started before the playoff, right? There are more and more kids that opt out, more and more change in kind of philosophy. All right, what's the future moving forward, Greg? I know we got a new stadium coming. I know there's always going to be lobbying and jockeying, to ultimately host, some rounds of the playoffs. I know that's in your future. I know in some ways you got to play the game, along the way with matchups and demands from, other powers that be to get yourself in best position for the future as well. So is what ultimate, goal for the Gator Bowl in the next, 5 to 10 years?
Well, I think when the new stadium comes online in 28, I think that opens tremendous opportunities, not only for college football bowl games, but also some neutral site games as well. I think it's just going to change the dynamic totally, but next year we'll be playing in the stadium just like the Jags are with limited capacity, and then in 2027 we'll go to Gainesville and play in the Swamp for 1 year, like we did back when Virginia Tech played Tennessee years ago. Yep. And then we all know what's coming, and so I think the future is bright. So I think in the 2030s and beyond are going to be tremendous opportunity once the build-out occurs around the stadium as well. So I think great things are ahead for the city, and we certainly want to play a huge role in that.
Well, the Gator Bowl has been among the heartbeat of the sports entities in Jacksonville for 50, 60, 75 years. So I appreciate all the work y'all put into it. I know sometimes the chips and cards, don't get dealt out exactly like you were in some cases even expecting. But I think overall that's a good matchup. I mean, you got an 8-win SEC, a 10-win ACC, and two teams that want to be here, right? And that usually leads to a good game.
And the media have ranked this, a lot have, in either the third to fourth best non-CFP bowl. So while it may not be as sexy on the front end, I think everybody knows it's going to be a great game in the stadium. So we hope people will turn out and show folks on national TV that Jacksonville sports, college sports.
All right. Well, we'll continue to pump that up leading up to Saturday, December 27th. It is
good deal.
Missouri and Virginia, and Greg McGarity and his crew. A year's worth of work culminates in the game, and then they'll be back at it. Greg, appreciate you, my man, and enjoy talking the bowl down the home stretch of the season.
Okay, thanks, Jeff, so much. Thank you.
You bet. All right, you bet. All right, let's take a quick time out. We'll return out here to the Eagle Landing Golf Club. I see Daniel Murphy's in the house. We have a Trinity Christian baseball player going to join us as well. It's their fundraising golf tournament here for the Trinity Christian baseball program. And we've got that and more as we continue along on a GFL Friday. You're listening to 1010XL.
VoiceMenOnly.com studios.
He's got his trigger finger on the pulse of Jacksonville football.
Does he have a name?
He calls himself Mike Duraco.
And we get his insight every Thursday from 10 to noon on Jaguars Today. Written by Lee at Kate's Glass on 1010XL.
Hey, Ick here for my friends at Action Garage Door. If your garage door wakes up the family or slows things down when you're already running late, here's a great gift idea. Upgrade to a quiet, smart opener from Action Garage Door Services. I speak from experience. I did it yesterday. That's right. I had the boys from Action Garage Door come over. They installed it, and man, you want to talk about how cool it is? I control it from my phone. I can open my garage door from here right now if I want to. And smooth and quiet. Oh, man, what a difference it makes. Now's the time to act. Lock in current pricing before your early year updates and even make no payments for 6 months with approved credit. And just for fun from the boys from Action Garage Door, guess what? They'll take $50 off when you enter the code 1010XL. Enter the code 1010XL, $50 off. You do that when you go to GarageDoor911.com. That's GarageDoor911.com for Action Garage Door. Premium parts, premium people, and premium service. Happy holidays from Action Garage Door.
Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Westside, your locally owned commercial truck headquarters and proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hey, it's Rick Ballou. We got a fresh shipment of hard-to-find ProMaster vans, perfect for Section 179. My buddy Tommy and his team are committed to the community and make the process simple. Upfits, delivery, everything handled right. If you need ProMaster vans or commercial trucks for your fleet, you need Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Westside.
Welcome to Rockville. Returns to Daytona International Speedway May 7th through 10th with Foo Fighters, My Chemical Romance, Guns N' Roses, and Bring Me the Horizon. Plus, Turnstile, Five Finger Death Punch, The Offspring, Breaking Benjamin, A Day to Remember, Godsmack, and so many more. Welcome to Rockville, May 7th through 10th. Passes on sale now for as low as $1 down at welcometorockville.com.
Hunters Know Patience is part of the game.
Just got to keep hunting.
Jeff Lageman, Captain Kevin Faber, and Captain Kirk Waltz on the Nimnit Outdoors Show. Presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Saturday morning from 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
Hey, gang, is your home ready for the holidays? 'Tis the season to be jolly, and nothing makes me jollier than a clean home. Post-Thanksgiving, pre-Christmas, the holidays are right around the corner. Time to get ready for friends and family. No better way to do it than with Zero Res. Time to call the cleaning freaks, man. When was the last time you had your hard surfaces deep cleaned? Zero Res removes that built-up dirt, that sticky residue, that trapped grime from the tile, grout, the hardwood, and LVP, restoring the shine, refreshing the color, and helping those floors look newer, longer, and prevent stains and odors. Call Zero Res right now, 287-5727. Visit ZeroResJacksonville.com. Tell me you want the 1010XL special and what a special it is. You can take 20% off all hard surface cleaning. You can get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $139. You can take $75 off your air duct cleaning. And needless to say, the spots are filling up fast. Don't wait. Lock yours in today, gang. Happy holidays from all of us. Zero Res.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Divorce, menonly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to divorcemenonly.com. Divorcemenonly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
The doctors at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists have resolved my hip and foot issues, and I'm back to training for the 2028 Olympics in LA. This is Garrett Scantling, and I highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
This is David Garrard. Following my knee surgeries and recovery, I'm continuing to feel great and would recommend Southeast Orthopedic to anyone who's experiencing orthopedic pain.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Host your holiday party or company event this season at Voodoo Brewing Company in San Marco. Enjoy award-winning craft beers, creative cocktails, and a scratch kitchen serving fresh, delicious food. Nothing like typical bar fare. Voodoo Brewing Company is the host site for Swamp Sessions after every Gators football game with Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser. Email voodoojax@vbcpubs.com to book your holiday party today.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
All right, we're jamming. We're having a little baseball party. Daniel Murphy is joined us. He was at the winter baseball meetings. You're like Scoop Murphy now.
Yeah.
So we'll get to you in a second. First, I don't like to talk to the old washed-up guys. I like to talk to the
guys who can still
up-and-comers.
ball.
And so we're at the Trinity Christian Baseball Program's golf tournament today. Daniel will be playing. I said this, the long drive contest, that should be fun. There are going to be some boys hitting it a long way today. Right? You get these young guys, let them wind up and sail it as far as they can. But we're going to visit real quick with Tyler Ellis. He's one of 41 Division I signees on Trinity Christian's roster. It's amazing. I've never heard anything like it. 41 players going off to D1. Actually, 9. Tyler is one that'll both pitch and play first base. And when you play on a team that has this much talent, you kind of almost have to put team first, don't you? Is that a mentality?
Sure. Yeah, that's definitely a thing that we've kind of honed in on because, I mean, egos can get in the way of anybody. So I would say we really gel well together, and it doesn't really matter where anybody's going. We just try and play as a team.
You came up a game short last year.
We did.
You lost in the state final. That's a kind of a wry smile on your face when I said it. That becomes your eye of the tiger here for this baseball team as you get ready for this year?
Yeah, definitely. So personally and as a team. So I started the championship game, so I lay at bed sometimes and I just think about it a lot for sure. But as a team, that's definitely our goal, just to get back there, and then whatever happens. We just let the ball kind of.
I will say this, and Daniel, you can speak to this. Anywhere but the state of Florida, I'd say a team with 9 D1 signees is like a lock to win a state. But in Florida, that doesn't guarantee you that, right? I mean, there is a load of baseball talent, and it has served you guys well in your youth getting ready, I think.
Yeah, for sure. So, and baseball, too, I mean, it doesn't matter who you have on the team. You can run into one guy that's pitching on the mound and they can beat you that day. So baseball is just a completely different animal. It doesn't really matter where the guys are going as much.
All right, what about the golf game? How are you going to hit it today?
Yeah, so me and one of my buddies on the baseball team, we actually played on the golf team this season.
Okay.
So I've been swinging it a little bit.
All right.
Yeah,
Are we balling together today? Are we on the same team?
We are
or
not.
somewhere? Oh, dear. So I got big
we're
problems.
competitors today.
All right.
Okay, good.
I got one for you. So what does it look like? You're heading to University of Florida, and you have professional aspirations as well, too. What does, your summer look like heading into the fall, and then now you get ready for the spring season?
Yeah, so the summer was a little bit different, so I took some time off the mound, just pitching a lot, so I just kind of honed in on my hitting a lot more and just tried to focus on that. And then the fall has just been getting after in the weight room and kind of getting some strength back and some speed back that I lost maybe during the season or the summer. Yeah. And then once January hits, it's go time. So from there, it's just compete mode.
Yeah.
All right, so 9 D1 signees. You got teammates going with you to Florida, don't you? How many are going to Florida? 3 or 4?
Two. So there's 2 others. So
3
Ethan
total.
and Brady, yeah.
Okay, so there's 3. I think I saw Alabama on the list. I mean,
yep. And then we have 2 LSU.
They're pretty good in baseball, I heard.
Yeah. And then we have a JUCO kid. I'm forgetting. Oh,
yeah.
Chris is going to UNF. So
okay.
Local
kid.
Yeah,
University of North Florida in the house.
Another good one, man. Well, listen, y'all have fun today.
Yes, sir.
Hit it a long way. Congratulations on the success. 1 notch short. Y'all go get it this year.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
All right, you bet. All right, Murph, you're down in O-Town for the winter meetings. How did you approach it? You just kind of soaking it all in, or are you trying to source some scoops here, or what's the mindset?
Yeah, I just went down there with my agents. Was able to do a meeting with them with an organization, and really it's
whoa. What does that mean?
All right, so my agents they're representing players that are free agents right now, but then also at the same time they represent players that are in the trade market discussions as well too. So you really think about it as one big game of musical chairs.
Okay.
And so, my agents have a couple players at the catching position. One is a free agent, one is in the trade market. And if one were to get traded, they would like to sit the free agent down in that chair that he just left. And so, one move affects the other, and you can even.
So are you kind of like helping from the 8? You're kind of dabbling in that a little bit. You're like an agent intern kind of.
Yeah, that's what we could call it, agent intern.
Is that something? Are you kind of just seeing things that you like? Is that something you might be interested in, or am I drawing too much here?
I don't know if I would do it full time.
Yeah.
I don't that aspect of baseball I enjoy, of player evaluations, constructing a roster, and seeing how everything works together to put together your team. I more prefer talk about hitting and pitching, and that's probably what I ended up doing in some of the meetings that we were in. We'll talk about the player. A couple of the guys we discussed that my agents, aces have are former teammates, so I can speak to their character, and they are. It's Victor Caratini, who was with the Astros last year, and Jose Quintana, who pitched with the in Milwaukee last year. And so, talk to them. But also, they're so well respected in the league. It more ends up being just a bit of baseball talk is what I enjoy.
What, is it the first time that you've been in and seen how the sausage is made? What did you think of like the whole, that's what's going on behind the scenes while y'all are off in Aruba this time of year as players?
It really kind of took me aback at just how the entire industry descends
it's like
Orlando.
A
So you're Lake Buena Vista, and it's the Waldorf Astoria and the Insignia Hotel, and so these kind of 3 hotels where everyone's gathering, and meetings are being made with clubs, agents are meeting together, teams are meeting together to see if their trade packages match up with one another. And I was telling my wife, it kind of gave me the feel, honestly, when we were at the Ryder Cup this year, we were fortunate that the house we were staying in was close enough that I could hear the property when there was a roar. Well, they just passed out, $400 or $500 million here in Orlando, and there was something about being close to the site that, this is a big event that gets together here in the middle of the winter, and so that was a pretty cool aspect of it. You walk around, they got a couple bar areas where people meet. MLB Network set up doing their videoing, and then SNY's got one. The Braves broadcast.
Do they bring you on when they see you walking around?
I didn't do any of that. I end up seeing a ton of familiar faces, like good people, traveling secretaries.
Something you'll now make a point, put on your schedule, and you'll go every year?
If I can, I'd like to. I think the next year is in San Diego.
Oh, they move it
and
around.
then also we may be in a lockout. Actually, we probably will be in a lockout. But it was something now that I've done that is like, this is enjoyable. And I get to see some old teammates, some guys I played against. Saw A.J. Ellis. He played in L.A. And it's just really good to see.
I'm not going to try and arm wrestle you on this. We have a difference of opinion, and yours matters more because you played in the game. Is it possible ever for there to be a breaking point for you on the Dodgers and the system and the setup and bringing some sort of, rational competition? I mean, at some point, it's just not competitive, and I'm tired. Yes, you're right. This team could do that and that, but they're not. And so we as fans are left with this. This is garbage, man. These guys are now obnoxious about it. They're like a dictatorship now that they've crushed down the opposition, and they're just going to flaunt their wealth in front of us all. I mean, and the Mets, should the Mets have offered $23 a year? See, the problem is this. Your argument is, well, the other teams can pay it. Not when they overbid it. Mm-hmm. That's the problem I'm running into. The Dodgers are paying way over what a rational person would pay. So it doesn't even become the argument, well, they could do it too. Well, not really.
I think where the Dodgers have really kind of showed their might is, signing Tyler Glasnow and signing him to that big extension. Being able to sign the left-handed reliever last year, golly, I'm forgetting his name now. That was
the one that struggled at the end.
He was hurt this year. Yeah. But for them to somewhat miss like that, and then Tanner Scott was the reliever they signed. Now, with the Diaz deal, with the Sugar deal, it was 3 years. It was the same offer as the Mets. There just seemed to be something lost in translation from the time that Diaz left the Mets here to start the offseason in their negotiations, because I fully anticipated after the Mets signed Devin Williams that they were then going to move to Diaz, because you have to remember with Edwin, he had a qualifying offer. So not only did the Dodgers pay the $70 million, $69 million over 3 years. They also had to give up $1 million, 20% of their international bonus pool money. So that's like at least one good player, maybe a couple, and then also a couple picks in the draft, which is probably another $2 million.
Can any other team do that?
So herein lies the rub, is the Mets would not have had to give up those picks, those draft picks. Each team would have to give up a pick in some capacity. And think of it this way. These clubs don't want to give up this draft capital, because we just talked to Tyler Ellis, and here in the spring season, you want a Tyler Ellis.
You'd like to be able to throw that into your mix.
And the less draft picks, the less money you have to spend, the less access you're going to have to a player like him. And so this one is, while it's a piling on of getting Edwin Diaz, he was more available, I would say, to the other teams than some of the other
I guess here's what bothers me. This has also become, the Dodgers, it doesn't matter if they don't have those draft picks, because they'll outspend you for the guy who has already proven himself. I don't know what it is. I get your feeling. It's not cut and dry, and there have always been overspenders, but I, in my life, have never recalled a professional sport being so overpowered by the checkbook than what the Dodgers are doing right now to baseball. And for me, it's not good. And it's not from a spot of, bitterness as a Braves fan. It's nothing like that. It's just I don't know. It just seems
No, that's
irrational.
It's fair because I was surprised that the Dodgers signed Sugar,
I mean,
that they got
just
Diaz. I didn't
what do we
see
have?
that one coming.
Yeah. All right, now where I haven't talked to Hick won't talk about Braves Mets with me. There's too much bitterness there after my team has pretty much dominated this rivalry for our entire relationship. So I don't call him and ask him, when things go bad for the Mets because I know he's just going to explode and hang up on me, maybe throw a couple of profanities at me. Is he okay right now with what's going on with the Mets? Because I'm not a Mets fan, and I'm not trying to balance your roster, but watching Nimmo go and Alonso go, for me, from far away, those feel like fan favorites and good players. And then Diaz may have been your most important piece this offseason. Is that fair?
Yes. To answer your question, Higgins is not doing that great right now, and I think that only maybe a little bit behind him is Brooks and his boys as well too. They're upset, and it's. I mean, Nimmo's the first one, and then Nimmo's been there for 15 years.
But
now.
At least you get Simeon. I can argue, yes, there's some, my sentimentality here is hurting, but I got a real good player in return.
You can see where it makes sense for the roster.
Okay,
I think the Diaz one they didn't see it coming. I think that they fully expected to sign.
This sounds like the Braves and Freeman. Well, we offered just as much and just as this. You think you got him, and there he is in L.A.
And then what it sounds like as well is that Edwin, when he got his offer from the Dodgers, did not go back to the Mets and give Uncle Steve a chance.
Does that mean there's obviously something there that he's upset with him?
Something had to be up there.
Which, by the way, you can't just say, something's up and let it go. If you're an organization, you need to find out what that is and make sure it's not endemic to your future.
Because now you don't have the player, and so what I think the Mets were doing is they signed Devin Williams. They didn't have to give up. They didn't have to give up a draft pick for him. So I think that they struck really early and quick. At the same time, you got to do something to make sure that Edwin Diaz knows how much a part of the ball club you want him to be. And for whatever reason, it feels like he didn't get that sense from the Mets. And then the Alonso one this has been building for the last 18 months, where Pete has been someone else's idea, kind of. So they signed him to the deal last year. It felt like Steve Cohen stepped in at the end to make sure that got done. And once the bidding got, I think, beyond 3 years, David Stearns and the Mets
do the Mets have more money than they could spend before the world comes to an end? What is it about the GM and the baseball side that doesn't like Alonso, that doesn't see him at first base as an asset?
So for this offseason, going into it, he's talked a lot about run prevention. So it's defense. Like he really wants. I hear you. I roll.
I
know and it's not unreasonable what you're thinking because Pete can look a little bit miscast out there at first base sometimes, but he doesn't look miscast when he's hitting 40 home runs a year.
I don't get it.
And then last year he I love OPS plus. He's right around. He's like 125, 130. And it's interesting that I'm such an advocate for left-handed hitting, but as the game goes that way, we're finding it difficult to find right-handed hitting, power hitting. And you saw like the Orioles, they've signed and traded for Taylor Ward and signed Pete Alonso, and it's just I heard it at the winter meetings, which really kind of surprised me at how difficult it's been to find like right-handed power hitting, like good right-handed hitting.
All right, let's just real quick on my Braves. I think part of it, there's a Mets aspect here. I was completely underwhelmed, damn near angry with Mike Yastrzemski. I hate that, but completely and somewhat surprised with getting Robert Suarez yesterday, because now the Braves are going to do what the Mets thought they were going to do, and they've got Iglesias Suarez. And you keep those guys healthy, you got a 7-inning ball game now that you can win with a team that returns most of its offensive talent. I do think it's fair to say when you see Suarez signs or Yastrzemski signs, you say, oh, really? Those guys play shortstop, do they? The Braves refuse to address the shortstop position. I know they drafted like 3 or 4 of them last year in the draft. It's not ready for a while. They've signed some utility level players. That's what Nick Allen was last year. The worst hitter I've ever seen in Atlanta history, Nick Allen. So I wonder what they're going to do at short. But what do you make of the Yastrzemski signing, how he fits now into a 4-man outfield, and what do you make of Suarez? And it almost felt like that was kind of a throat punch to the Mets in addition to helping the Braves.
I'll start with the Suarez one first because, to your point, it does feel like they kind of hit the Mets while they were down, because the logical pivot for the Mets after losing out on Diaz would be to go to Suarez.
Suarez really good?
He
really
is.
Good.
He's older, so that's why his deal seems like it's less. But it feels again like the Mets wanted to stay at 2 years. The Braves wanted the player more, so they go to 3. The Yastrzemski one when I first saw it, it was a little bit confusing, but I'm wondering, you tell me, would you prefer Yastrzemski to play left field to Profar? Because I'm wondering if he'll end up, maybe Profar end up being a DH
I don't like either one of them. I do know that they are going to pivot off of a as starting DH. They're going to spread that around this year. You know, it's been pretty much Ozuna almost, or one of the catchers. And I think this year they're going to spread that around. The thing with Yastrzemski is and I know part of it is baseball today, I am so sick as a Braves fan of 230 hitters with 20 home runs.
Yeah.
I hate them. I have a whole roster full of 230 hitters with 20 home runs. And give me a guy who's a 340 hitter with 10 homers, or give me a guy who's a defensive whiz. And I know Yastrzemski's a defensive upgrade. They say Profar is terrible in the field. I don't know how they know he didn't play for us last year. But Profar hit at the end of the year. I think I like Profar's kind of like a sneaky almost a this year addition. I'm okay with that. I just don't like Yastrzemski. I just never have. He's just an average ball player. And so and I don't know what they're going to do at shortstop. I mean, I just don't know, and I don't know if it's worth putting together a package and getting Bo Bichette and paying him $30 million a year. Is it?
I don't. The reason I don't think the Braves will do it is I don't know how much they view Bichette as a shortstop going forward.
Yeah.
Maybe for just another year or two.
Yeah. All right. We're going to take a timeout. We're going to come and cool down. I'm going to ask you about our Jags.
That monsoon was a blast.
Super Bowl, baby.
I had a blast.
We are officially Super Bowl contenders. I hate to break it to you. Take a look around the AFC. Tell me why we're not.
No doubt.
Well, we're going to find out more this Sunday, and we'll continue with the talk with Daniel Murphy. He's out here for the Trinity Christian. I haven't seen your brother in years, like maybe since he was in high school. And I forgot how much you boys look alike.
He's lean.
Did you look alike as much when you were younger?
We look more alike as we get older.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't remember you looking so dead ringer.
You can tell his youthfulness.
He's a lot fatter than you, though, John.
I'm a lot chunkier. You can tell he's 5 years younger than me, and kind of how he moves.
Yeah.
But as we start growing out the facial hair.
If you do the short beard and wear the flat billed hat with him, y'all two come. Like, I'm surprised he doesn't get more. Like,
does when I head to
when
the
he's
Sandlot,
places that they don't think he's you.
When I'm at the Sandlots, the youth field, it's like, Coach Murphy? I go, which one, Coach John? I'm like, he's down the street.
I got you. All right, we're back with some Jag talk, some cool down, and more live from the Eagle Landing Golf Course.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. High school, college, and pro.
As good as it gets.
Your home for the most play-by-play is 1010XL.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know Before You Blow. Go to knowbeforeyouBlow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Ready for huge holiday savings? It's the Expert Automotive Giving Garage. This Christmas, they're driven to give back. Bring in any new wrap toy donation and get $50 off any service. That's $50 off repairs, diagnostics, or maintenance just for helping a child. Plus, they're giving you 50% off your oil change. $50 off any service with a toy and 50% off oil changes. The Giving Garage at Expert Automotive. They never sell greed, only what you need.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Come to Monahan Jewelers' 48th annual holiday sale now with up to 30% off on GIA certified diamonds and up to 40% off our entire store. Certified diamonds, gemstones, engagement rings, diamond studs, designer brands. We're not a big box store. We're your local family jeweler with an amazing hand-picked inventory for every budget. And with interest-free financing, enjoy beautiful jewelry with a low monthly payment. Support your local family jeweler this Christmas with up to 40% off our entire inventory. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach open 7 days a week in December.
At the First Coast YMCA, you'll find much more than just a gym. We offer many ways to help you become more active, reach your weight loss goals, and find your inner strength. Membership at the Y includes state-of-the-art facilities, a huge variety of fitness classes, and programs for all ages. It's easy to join the Y since it's affordable for all incomes. The Y is a great place to make connections and experience something new. Visit the YMCA near you or online at fcymca.org.
Bueller, stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, Jason, I'm worried.
You? Really? About what?
Well, I like to have a little seasonal potluck. You know, invite some friends and neighbors and guys from the office. But if the food gets spicy and the party gets rocking and that old toilet in the two-piece can't handle the traffic, well, what if my drain backs up right in the middle of everything?
Dude, imagine you're wearing my sunglasses.
Okay. Shoomp. Whoa.
If you're planning to host a holiday party and a blocked household drain line threatens to ruin the whole thing, call us and tell us. The drain clearing experts at Bueller Aaron Plumbing will unclog your drain for free.
You do that for free?
It's Christmas.
Yeah, but for free?
The holidays can get pretty hectic. If a clogged drain line threatens to ruin the whole thing, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Pickett here with lots more on George Moore Chevrolet. Hey, Justin Moore, what are you doing in our commercial?
Dan, this Moore just wanted to remind folks of vehicles less than $20,000 on our lot. Or you can always go more with our Silverado EV.
I have my boy Blue, that beautiful Gator Blue Silverado. Love, love, love it. And that service department, second to none. Let's just say it means more to Gabe and the boys who take great care of us.
Not to mention, we do more for the community. We love Jacksonville. Been around these parts since 1986.
George Moore Chevrolet. Need I say more?
This holiday season, give the gift of comfort and joy. Comfort food and the joy that comes with digging into a huge plate of diner favorites from Metro Diner. And to make things even more merry, now through the end of the year, they're adding on a $10 bonus card with every $50 spent on gift cards. Metro Diner gift cards are the perfect gift for everyone on your list. Friends, family, or coworkers. Stop by the diner or metrodiner.com and get all your gift shopping done easily. Happy holidays from Metro Diner.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
All right, listen, I'm going to cool down on the last football game, high school football game for the area. That comes up tonight. Rain's got a tough assignment, right? What is it? Miami Northwestern.
Bulls.
Against Reigns tonight. So Reigns will try and finish off with a state title in the championship game. We just had their quarterback in, last week, TJ Cole for the high school spotlight. So Reigns tonight against one of the real state powers, Miami Northwestern. I'm interested to see how that goes. We'll wish that's been a good Reigns group, man. They've been a good team the last few years, and it'll be fun to kind of, see if we can't root them home.
Yeah, I'm very interested in that game because this is a rematch from last year's state title game where Miami Northwestern really put BTA to us last year.
Yeah, a lot of times that second year they bounce back. They find something.
And that's the vibe that I'm getting.
I hope so.
That's the vibe that I'm getting.
I hope you're right because it sure seems like I feel that vibe with you too.
And that'll be good for the city too. Unfortunately, Bowles fell short, so hopefully Reigns could go down and bring a championship home to the city.
All right, let's turn our attention back to our Jacksonville Jaguars here. As I got this little Shazam spotlight for you. The Shazam Spotlight brought to you by ShazamAuto.com. My friends at the Murray Ford Superstores, you need to use them. They are awesome when it comes to customer service. I bought multiple vehicles and will be again. How do you guys like this stat? Okay. Last year, the Jaguars were one of 3 teams in the NFL with no wins against opponents who had a winning record. So last year we had 4 wins. All 4 came against losing teams. We never beat a team with a winning record all year. This year, the Jaguars have 5 wins against teams with winning records. That's second in the NFL to only the Rams. Now, y'all tell me, what are the Rams considered by most?
Super Bowl
favorite.
Powerhouse.
The Jags are and continue to stay way under the radar. They have never, even something as flippant as the power poll on Tuesdays, they have not recognized the level of competition that our football team has been beating all year. They've written it off with rationalized it in some way. Wins over the Chiefs. Even the Panthers are plus 500. Winning at San Francisco. Throttling the Chargers like no one has beaten them this year. Beating the Colts again last week. Taking stock in the kind of teams the Jaguars have beaten is also important because this won't be a week where we have to stress that. The Jets are flat out awful. But I think that is another stat that could indicate that this is a team battle-tested and ready for a deep run into the postseason.
I think battle-tested, you said it perfectly. I mean, just, not to look too far back, but the Houston game and just the response that the entire organization has had from that. And even I thought being on site with my son this weekend for Sunday's game, we don't get we end up punting it on a 3-and-out, and it's like immediately
Instant
Devin Lloyd,
flash play.
Bang. And then, to the Colts credit, they get 7 back. We go get 7, and then that was it. Basically, ball game. Unfortunately, Daniel Jones goes down, but it ended up being just an enjoyable monsoon victory lap that the fans got to go on that whole ball game.
Murph, how old are you?
40.
How long? When was your last major league season? And then, how old were you in your last major league
35,
season?
2020.
And how old were you when you attempted your comeback last year?
2023 would have been 38.
So 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years.
What was physically, because you were active, you carried that lumber around and you were doing things, but physically, how much different did you feel from reaction to other aspects? Did you feel much differently physically from 35 when you left to 38 when you tried to return?
The biggest part was the everyday aspect. If I needed to just go play 1 ball game or 2 ball games in 4 days, I think I could sort it. It was every day kind of getting out there.
All right, now baseball, that's a different challenge. That's baseball unique. I guess NBA could play to that. And I'm trying to set up here Phillip Rivers. And to step away from the highest level of football, I will tell you one thing that shocked me. Phillip Rivers last year in the league, he was good. Mm-hmm. They went 11-5. He had 24 touchdowns and 11 picks. I mean, it wasn't terrible by any stretch. But, again, that was during COVID. The last time Phillip Rivers quarterbacked was COVID, was 2020. So I'm just, from that professional athlete, taking some time off. And by the way, he's going from 40 to 44, which is even more challenging than 35 to 38. So I'll ask you a question I asked Denny Thompson. His is from a quarterback perspective. Yours will be more from a pro athlete perspective. Who's going to be quarterbacking the Colts when the Jaguars go up there in 2 weeks? Does Rivers hold the job for 2 weeks?
They got 1 game before we get up there, or 2 games?
2 games.
2 games. So we'll be the 3rd game.
That's right.
That's a good hook. That's a good over/under.
Yeah.
Just because, and I
it could be injury.
Yeah. I mean,
it could be play.
I enjoy Phillip Rivers and all that he's done in his career and how he competes.
I like him too.
5 years on the couch, and not to say he's been on the couch, but just at the same time that you're not playing, all these guys are getting sharper and sharper and sharper and younger, and so. Yeah, I think I keep thinking that we're going to see that he hasn't played in 5 years.
That's what And by the way, you talk about I don't know where Shadrach and Abednego are, but you're about to go in the furnace, buddy. You're going to play Seattle.
Better have a 4th man in the fire.
Take Shaq with you, buddy, because you're in trouble.
Phillip will have the 4th man in the fire with him.
Yeah, he will. That's fair. Of all the players that would be going into that fire, that is, if you know, you know. All right, you going to the game this weekend?
Yeah, planning on going.
Are you game to game? Are you season ticket guy?
Season ticket. Try to make each one. It'd only be events with the boys. If they're playing baseball, we won't make it.
And do you go down just you and one son? Do you go the whole family? What's a typical Jaguar Sunday?
It's almost always me and my son. And this past week, I got a chance to grab my sister, Patricia Ann.
Okay, so you bought 2 season tickets?
5.
Oh, you bought 5. But
yeah, and then Alex Martinez and Jordan Martinez, he's going to LSU. So one of the Trinity.
Okay, you brought them to the monsoon.
Yeah, no doubt.
But it was a fun fun monsoon, like you said, man.
It's worth it if you win.
Audible. Tyler Ellis took Alex's place. That was the original. So,
Good.
so Tyler,
we
who we
visited
talked
Tyler.
earlier, and then his teammate Jordan.
All right, any worries at all? You listen, you know that pro mentality of don't take anyone. I know even pros can sometimes let their guard down on that. I feel like this one hasn't had enough success to get that way yet. I think we're going to play right to that 14-point favorite and beat the sticks off.
I wouldn't necessarily call it worries. I would encourage intent and focus from the guys.
Yeah.
Like, we're better than them, and they stink. Treat them that way from the first whistle.
That's right. All right. Murph, hit them good today.
Yeah, this
have
will be
fun.
fun.
It's good seeing you. We're at the Trinity Christian Baseball Programs Golf Tournament. We're out at Eagle Landing. We have been all morning. We're going to come back, put a wrap on it, and head out into our football weekend. It's a GFL Friday on 1010XL. Murph, we'll see you on Wednesday, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
See the shots and feel the excitement of an international sporting event for free. The Predator Pro Billiard Series comes to Jacksonville December 16th to the 21st at the Hyatt Riverfront downtown. See top pool pros from 40 countries compete in both men's and women's tournaments. This is high stakes, high skill, championship level billiards, and admission is free. No tickets needed. Don't miss the Predator Pro Billiard Series at the Hyatt Riverfront Hotel. Details at probilliardseries.com.
Hey, Hickey here for Lockhart Construction and Roofing, longtime Jacksonville business. Shane Lockhart, his dad. His guys are from here, taking care of people who live here, people like us, the Hickens. Oh, man. Lockhart family's done such great work at our house. We basically remodeled our entire house. We appreciate them. We do project after project. Always good to see them. They're fast, friendly, affordable. They're clean. Everything you want in a contractor, they take care of. But also, don't forget, it's Lockhart Construction and Roofing. And, of course, they've been doing roofs around these parts for decades. GAF Master Elite Warranty, Master Elite Contractor. Nobody better than Lockhart Construction and Roofing. So, at some point, you're going to need a roof. And if you do, remember Lockhart Roofing. They'll take great care of you. If you have any types of questions, give Shane a call. He'll call you back. That's how he works. 994-3865. Shane Lockhart, Lockhart Construction and Roofing, 994-3865.
Hey folks, Frank Franzi here for Lee & Kate's Glass. Now with the holidays coming, it's time to update that dated-looking bathroom setup and give yourself the gift of a gorgeous new frameless shower with big, sexy glass you spend every morning and night in that bathroom. A new shower enclosure from Lee & Kate's Glass will look fantastic and make your bathroom feel like a luxurious spa. You'll love it. You deserve it. Request a free in-home consultation. Visit leeandkatesglass.com.
You're gonna see a big difference.
Pregame Friday, built by Dreamfinders Homes on 1010XL.
Brackish Vodka, the spirit of the sportsman and proud partner of the Jaguars, is now available at the Fresh Market Spirits and Wine. The Fresh Market Spirits and Wine is a new adult beverage store offering spirits, wine, beer, and accessories at A1A North in Ponte Vedra, a first-of-its-kind destination for thoughtfully curated spirits, wine, and beer as only the Fresh Market can. And now, you can get Brackish Vodka at the Fresh Market. Brackish Vodka, for whatever your sport is. Proud partner of the Jaguars.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. Call 904-722-1111.
Instant Keys saves the day if you've lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call Instant Keys, 722-1111.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700, offices Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
This football season, Hurricane Grill and Wings is your game day getaway. Catch every play with the perfect drink in hand. Handcrafted cocktails like the Millionaire Margarita, Spicy Guavarita, Old Fashioned, or the Red Bullerita. Beer more your style to watch the games? Enjoy an ice cold Bud Light. Game day cocktails and Bud Light specials are here all season long at Hurricane Grill and Wings. Find a restaurant near you at hurricanewings.com. Celebrate Christmas at Trinity. Join their annual Christmas candlelight service, a meaningful way for family and friends to experience the joy of Christmas together. Enjoy uplifting worship, timeless carols, an inspiring Christmas message, and a beautiful candlelight moment. Plus photos with Santa, festive photo spots, and warm holiday treats like hot chocolate and cider. Come Celebrate the hope of Jesus this Christmas at the Hammond, Oakleaf, or Mandarin campus. Find service times at tbc.org/Christmas.
Ticket here for Action Garage Door. Nothing more frustrating than your garage door misfiring. When it does, I call Action Garage Door. They take action. Jeff and Art and crew, Jacksonville folks, not some big out-of-town chain. Something goes wrong with your garage door, take action. Check them out. Garage Door 911, garagedoor911.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnik. Nimnik Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnik Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
All right, it is time to turn it over to Jaguars Today. Man, it happens every year. It's like, you grind through training camp. You get to the season. It's the season opener, and then you blink, and it's the middle of December, and we're 13 games in. Thankfully, this home stretch is going to feel a lot better than most of the home stretches in our Jaguar fans' history at 9-4 and hosting the Jets this weekend. Jaguars Today continues the talk, and Mike Dempsey standing by to give us a little look-see into what's coming up. Hey, Mike.
I am. Good morning. How are you? Keys
Doing
to
good.
Victory Friday, and I think most people's keys will be show up and, don't take a nap through the first half. But, it's
dangerous but fair. I mean, you know the Jets as well as anyone in Jacksonville. There is not a lot in the asset column coming into this game. Way more so than say if you catch them early in the year. It's not a good formula to be going down with a third-string quarterback who's never made a start. You've traded off your best defensive players. You can't force turnovers. You can't stop the run. And this seems to be a team that early in their development that Liam Cohen has their attention. He seems to have them in the right mindset. So I'm with you. It all adds up to what should be, an easy one. But ask the Bucs about should.
Yeah, I mean, take care of business. I didn't think the Bucs-Atlanta game was anywhere on the scale of what.
No, but the Saints game was. Yeah, the Saints game probably was.
To some degree. Saints are playing better. I mean, the Jets have actually played better since they traded Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner. They've been more competitive, but they're still a really bad football team, and I think the Jags are worthy of being a double-digit favorite.
All right, what you got coming up today?
That's it. Keys to Victory, Tom McManus in. We'll do our picks for all the games this weekend and just talking Jaguar ball for the next 2 hours.
All right, good. It's fun, and we'll have a lot of good Jaguar talk here for another couple of months. And Mike and Tony and Tommy and the rest coming up on Jaguars Today. Have a great show, Mike. Meanwhile, E.T., you're off to you got a family graduation today. That's always a proud moment.
Yeah, today's
You going to cry?
Absolutely.
You're going to cry?
Absolutely.
Are you a crier in general?
I'm a cancer.
If it's a family thing, you'll cry.
This is worth it.
Yeah, if it's a family thing.
So
I cry at the end of a show and stuff. That's and I never was like that, but I hit menopause.
We always talk about Lil Gritty, but my nephew he was my first son.
Your first son felt like you were kind of a father figure to him.
I raised him. Him and Gritty have the same birthdays. Him and Gritty super close. And so he was my first son. He taught me how to be a dad. He taught me. He helped me become the man that I am.
Okay.
And he graduates from college today.
Oh, nice.
So it's going to be a great day.
Well, good for you,
and
man.
shout out to not just him, but all the college graduates.
Yeah, it's a big step. It's a big responsibility to go get that college degree. It takes a lot, man. You got to go through a lot to get there. I'm excited for the Jaguars this weekend. I'm excited for the weekend that will be more than anything. I'm excited to get out in the sunshine and thaw my bones. They've been great with us here. We had a good time out at the Trinity Christian Baseball golf tournament. We got to visit with some heavy hitters, both on this team and with our buddy Daniel Murphy. Shout out Greg Madarity from the Gator Bowl. Shout out Denny Thompson joining us today. And
I ain't gonna lie, Jeff. Shout out to ABC.
Yeah, you got you a nice hoodie. You walk out here with 2 hoodies, man.
But they saved my life. It was so cold this morning.
Guys, listen, we're not playing typical soft underbelly of media, and we are that. So don't get me wrong, that could be it. When your boy pulled in today and backed it in, and the last check of the thermometer said 36, and we came up. We were out. This is outdoor. It was set up to be outdoors, and so. Yeah, we came up here. It's dark and 36 and a little bit windy, but E.T. got a fire going. He's kept it right next to him the whole day.
Yes, sir.
I froze. He's great. We'll see you on Monday. So long, everybody.
That's a dub.
While you were watching watching the ball, he saw what happened in the trenches.
I'm Jeff Lauderman.
And he tells you about it every Tuesday. Check the tape. 10 to noon on Jaguars Today. Checked by Napa Auto Care on 1010XL. The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi are on a mission to sell 2,000 vehicles this December. I've instructed my team to take every reasonable offer. We won't lose your business over price. Thousands of cars, trucks, and SUVs priced to move. Get year-end savings, top dollar for your trade, and the easiest car buying experience ever. But hurry, these deals end when we hit 2,000, and we ain't leaving nothing on the table. Make it a December to remember only at Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi.
E.T. here, and when the lunch hour hits, fuel up like you mean it with Lunch at the Lodge at your local Twin Peaks. With hearty, crave-worthy classics that hit the spot. Sync your